Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Bernard Moore the third with Moore on the Road, presented to by Moore Sports Management. We're here live at the Family Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church here in Jackson, Mississippi, 431 North State Street, Jackson, Mississippi. We're here for a historical event. You may see me go back and forth because there are some things that are going on here with the the Family Life Center here on the campus of First Baptist Church. Now I know you hear some Tai Chi music in the background. I do not have copyrights to the music. This is something that some meditation stretching that is going on right now. Get ready for a basketball tryout for the Mississippi Lady Lakers of the Women's Basketball Development Association, the WBDA. So we're going to be going back and forth. This is a historical event. It's the first professional women's basketball team here in Mississippi, here locally in the Jackson area, so that their history is being made. And they said that they will receive some type of compensation. So I'm not sure exactly what it may be, but they're going to receive some compensation. So I wish these ladies well. We got a 3-hour show going on today. I know you may hear a lot of noise going on. Again, we're at the family, Family Life Center, 431 North State Street. Now we're going to get ready for a workout. So now we're going to take a look at see what's going on on the court. So take a look to see what's going on. I know you may hear some people talking, you may hear balls bouncing. But again, it's just getting ready for a show that is going on here at the Family Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church. Again, I do not have copyrights of the music, so you may hear some things going on, but I do not have copyrights over it. So please don't say that I'm using your song to help promote this event. No, I am not doing that. Then again, you see some ladies that get ready for a workout. Get ready to work out here at the Family First Center. Again, this is Moore on the Road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by Moore Sports Management. To take a look at the Mississippi Lady Lakers of the WBDA. We're going to grab a few administration or coaches that are working with the Mississippi with the Lakers. But again, we're just having some fun right now. Here, we're going to talk with a few individuals. We got some coaches that's going to come online. We're going to talk some football as well. So we got some things going on right now. But definitely stay tuned so you hear more about it. Follow social media things along that line. But just stay tuned to what's going on. Let's talk some football right now. I know we're getting prepared for the NFC and the AFC Conference Championship that is taking place tomorrow. The 49ers are traveling to Los Angeles to face the Rams, and the Cincinnati Bengals will travel to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. It's a great excitement going on some NFL football, but football it is what it is, so definitely pay attention to what's going on. Now we're definitely going to see it again. You see some of the Lady Lakers out here working out. I have a few basketball programs up here that are observing. I want to say do like high school. I found a high school out here that are observing what's going on. Again, for this professional basketball league here with the Mississippi Lady Lakers of the Women's Basketball Development Association. So again, you're going to hear a lot of noise, but I have no copyrights over the music, so I'm definitely going to make sure that I state that so that they will not try to have a lawsuit against me by using their work. So again, you can see a lot of excitement going on with the ladies. Some of them are getting back into basketball, haven't played in a while, but hey, let's see what we got going on. Now, let's get back to some of the things that we can talk about. Again, looking forward to the NFC and the AFC Conference Championship game. Vegas has the Super Bowl prediction as will be the Bengals and the host, the Los Angeles Rams. But that is quite historical. Last year was played in Tampa between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. And now they're looking for a repeat, saying that the Rams will host their own Super Bowl, the Rams versus the Bengals. I'm a 49ers fan, so you may hear me go back and forth with it. Yes, I'm a 49ers fan, so you may see me go back and forth with it. I'm not worried about the NFC. I'm looking at I mean, not worried about the AFC. I'm looking at the NFC because I'm ready to see my 49ers on to West for 49ers 6. I'm looking for them to get number 6. So definitely stay tuned. Take a look at the game, see what's going on. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's game with the Lady guys. I'm here with the Lady Lakers at the Family First Christian Center, Family Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church. I may be getting it wrong. It's the Christian Life Center on the First Baptist Church. So I'm wrong. That's my mistake. First Baptist, please forgive me. For stating the wrong location. I got to kind of twist it up. It's the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church here in North State Street and Jackson, Mississippi, downtown Jackson. So definitely, if you're interested in some basketball, definitely get ready for some Mississippi Lady Lakers here on the campus. I'm not sure exactly where we're playing a home game, but I think as of right now, the Olympics said that we're playing a home game here. I know I talked with James Thompson, and they're still working on a few things right now with the location. So definitely stay tuned to what's going on with the Lady Lakers. Look forward to some exciting basketball. Again, we're here at the workout, so let's go back to them working out to one of the coaches. And I like the way that they're doing it. Actually, I jumped from football to basketball because here's what I'm talking about. I like the way that the ownership are conducting things. They have 5 coaches to interview for the head coaching position of the Lakers. They said, well, let's see how you're going to act. Because they put them in front of, they brought them to a workout, and they're going to divide the teams up and see how well they can coach that particular team. That is very interesting. I really like that. So that really shows how the coach can interact with the players and how they can handle a team on the go. So I'm really impressed by what that decision has made. That's very creative. So individuals that are out there trying to put together a team, this is another good opportunity for you to do it as well, because the way that they're handling things, they're doing it a different way. So it's very quite interesting. I'm gonna take a break quick while we get things together with the Mississippi Lady Lakers. So I'm gonna take a pause and go to like a little slight commercial break of some promotion of some events that I'm hosting. So definitely stay tuned for the events that I'm hosting. Definitely pay attention to some events that I'm hosting that will be coming up soon. The first one will start March the 25th over at Forest Hill High School. The I Am Historical JPS School Showcase. So definitely stay tuned for that. As well as the ESPN Talking Sports Live hosting Cancer Benefit Basketball game. That is coming up also. So definitely stay tuned to what's going on there. So again, I have no copyrights over the music that you're here playing. I am just here, just listening to and enjoying some time to exactly what's going on. So I have no copyright over the music. Definitely stay tuned to what's going on. So I'm going to take a break. I'm getting this set up. So give me a moment, and I shall return back with All right, we're back. Thank you for that small little break. We're back here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church here in Jackson, Mississippi, for the Mississippi Lakers workout day, for the Mississippi Lakers trial. They're developing a team to go ahead and get started. Coming up soon to play in the Women's Basketball Development Association. And again, we do not have copyrights over the music. The music that you are hearing, we do not have copyrights over it. So definitely listen and tune in for more information, but don't try to come at me about the music and stuff. Again, this is More on the Road, presented to you by More and More Sports Management here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church in Jackson, Mississippi, for the Mississippi Lady Lakers of the Women's Basketball Development Association. And I know you see some coaches and stuff flying around. Again, I like the way that they're doing things. They have the coaches that interviewing 5 coaches, and they said, this is your opportunity to see how you're going to work. They put you here in this workout with the players. They're going to divide the teams up, and they're going to want you to coach the team to see how you work with these new players. So this is very interesting. Definitely looking forward to see what's going to take place. I'm excited to see some women's basketball. And I think that women's basketball, it is on the increase. It is on the rise because they are putting some exciting talent on the floor. You can look from high school all the way up to college to the professionals. Now you see some exciting women's sports. You see women's sports on the rise. So definitely pay attention to what's going on. Let's take it back to some action. All right, so when I just took a pause, one of my guests was texting me in reference to coming on, talking with the coach, Coach Tadlock, head boys basketball coach at Raymond High School and Raymond, Mississippi, is getting ready for immigrant to come on. We were just texting back and forth. Now, let's go back to some NFL, talk about some NFL. Now, everybody know that everybody that see me on the show know that I'm a 49ers fan. Let me get back to talking. Everybody knows they see me on the show that I'm a 49ers fan. And now they're looking at saying that the Rams are going to beat them. I'm sticking with the 49ers all the way. They started off very kind of rough, but they finished strong. So you can see that they have a team, have a squad that is looking forward to come out and play. So I'm real excited to see the game that's going to take place tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Fox. They're going to play on Fox. So I'm really looking forward to it to see what's going on for the 49ers and the Rams game. In the early game that will take place at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time will be the Chiefs hosting the Bengals. The Chiefs have fought back, but they have not been playing to the best of their ability lately. Now, they're still in the playoffs. They're playing in an AFC Conference Championship game, but they lost 5 straight. And the few games that they've been playing, it was down to the wire. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what the Chiefs are going to do against the Bengals. Because last time they played them, it was a back and forth game. The Bengals came out victorious, but the Chiefs have gotten better since that game. And hopefully that they come a game plan to work to go against I still say this is a rookie season. Joe Burrow, because he missed a good portion of last season. So I'm saying this is his rookie season. But even though on paper I can't say if it's a full season because he didn't play enough games to get the credit of the season. So technically, it's almost basically his rookie year. Because I think he had hurt the second or third game, and so he didn't play the max where they can give him a credit of the season. So this is his first full season that he has completed, and he's outstanding. Now, I would say for the Bengals during this offseason, to definitely work on the offensive line because they gave up 9 sacks against the Tennessee. It was 8 or 9 sacks against the Tennessee Titans. And I know you hear a lot of those going around. Again, I'm in the basketball gym, having to work out with the Mississippi Lady Lakers at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church here in Jackson, Mississippi. Now, the Bengals, they gave 8 or 9 sacks against the Tennessee Titans, but they still came out victorious, won by field goal. But I think as general manager over player personnel with the Bengals, I would definitely look at my offensive line because I definitely would like to protect this rookie sensation, Joe Burrow. But again, he is, like I said, he has. This is his second season on paper, but technically it is his first season, his first full season because he didn't play full season this past season, so he didn't get an accredited season. So I'm definitely looking forward to that game. So it is very interesting because 2 young quarterbacks, even though Joe Burrow is a little bit younger than Patrick Mahomes, I think it's going to be a pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, let's go to the NFC side. The Los Angeles Rams are hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Battle of California. The SoFi Stadium will host this year's Super Bowl. What else? And so they're looking to see if they can get the Rams back into the Super Bowl as they play host to it. I don't think that's going to happen. Again, I'm a 49er faithful. I'm looking forward for the 49ers to come out, as you say, bust the Rams' head, go ahead and bust their head so they can go ahead and get to the Super Bowl. Quest for number 6. San Francisco going for number 6. So I wish them well with that. So come on, San Francisco. Don't let me down now. Looking forward for number 6. So come on, San Francisco. Let's go ahead and get it. Then, as well as the Super Bowl again being hosted in Los Angeles SoFi Stadium. So looking forward to some football. looking forward to an exciting weekend. I'm going back to my same ritual. I'm going to cook me some dip and give me some wings, some pizza, and sit back and just chill out and watch the game. So I'm gonna be focused in on both games, even though I'm not a Chiefs or Bengals fan. I'm just gonna be focused on the game because this whole playoff has been full of excitement. There's only two games I can say that you're looking at like teams that they shouldn't even been there. That was another Eagles game, and gosh, who was the other first game? I can't remember the other game. It seemed like they shouldn't even been in there. It was on the AFC side. The Patriots. Who did the Patriots play for? Can't remember who the Patriots played for. I think it was that Patriots game. I don't think they shouldn't even been in the playoffs. They didn't even come to play. So it's just almost a waste of time. But you can say, the players that got their money to make it to wild card weekend. So they got the money, but you still want to continue on to the next thing to get more money because the farther that you advance on in the playoffs, is the more money that you're going to get. So if I was to play, I'm trying to get 40 if I can, trying to get more money. But hopefully, they're not just doing it just for the money, they're doing it because of the love of the game, and you want to have that accomplished to go on your resume saying, hey, that you got a Super Bowl ring. Now, let's talk some NBA. Now, I know a couple weeks ago that we were talking, and I was looking like the Bulls were number one. If the playoffs start today, they're the number one team. They're kind of going on a little roller coaster right now, but they're still going to continue to fight back. Right now, they're going at a 30-18 record. They're number two in the East. Get ready for All-Star break. Leading the East Conference is the Miami Heat. They're 32-17. So you can see that this basketball is getting excited as well. So they're going back and forth. So you don't know what's going to take place in the basketball. So, but I'm looking forward to some more exciting basketball to see what's going to happen. Like I said, the Miami Heat are number one at 32-17, followed by the Chicago Bulls at number two at 30-18. I think the Bulls played last night. I think they played against. I'm not sure if it was either the Rockets or the Raptors. I'm not sure exactly who they played, but I think they were victorious last night. It was a close game. I just can't remember exactly who they played. Followed by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Man, the Cavaliers are making some noise this year. No, the last time that they were successful, it was when they had LeBron James. So they are kind of making some noise right now. They're number three at 30-19, so they're number three right now. So they're making some noise, followed by the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, I think the Brooklyn Nets should have been doing a lot better than what they're playing because of who they got. But I think Kyrie, as well as a few of the players, they were, they were kind of against getting the vaccine. They was kind of against getting vaccination shot. So they kind of worked some things out. So now they're definitely looking good again. They're definitely looking good to see what's going on. So definitely look at the Knicks. The Nets are definitely on the roster coming up, but they just don't want to get they don't want to get the vaccination shot. But hey, that's on them. That's on them. But that's them and their money. So I can't say. Then followed by the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers with Joel Embiid and Simmons was kind of quite funny. You would think that they would definitely you would think that they would have been a good team with what's going on with them. And I think that they are definitely going to pride. Followed by the Milwaukee Bucks, the defending champions. Right now they're currently at number 6 at 30-20. Then followed by the Charlotte Hornets. Now the Hornets are making some noise, but it just seems like they just can't get over that hump. I think they have the squad to get better, with the leadership of the great, the GOAT, whatever. And then followed by the Boston Celtics at 25-25 at 500. Followed by the Toronto Raptors, and even since Leonard left the Raptors, they've just been going downhill. But that was, as you can say, that was a one-hit wonder year for the Toronto Raptors. But hey, I wish them well what they did. That was quite interesting what they did for them to come out to where they are. Then the Washington Wizards, who I can't say that Washington Wizards. Then by the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are a very surprised team to me. They're currently the number 11 team at 23 and 25. They were very surprised too. They were made a lot of noise in the playoffs a couple of years ago, but now it seems like what are they doing? Like, is this the same Atlanta Hawks team that we worked with us some years ago? And then the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks have been a disappointing team to me as well. Because they came out smoking last year. They came out smoking, but now they're not doing anything. But hey, wish the Knicks well. Hey, I know they're going to try to get themselves together. I know they have some issues with the ownership and some things going on in the front office, but hopefully they get this stuff together. Then finishing out at number 13, the Pacers, then the Pistons, and close out by the Orlando Magics. That's the East. Now looking at the West, the reigning Western Conference champion, Phoenix Suns at 38 and 9. So they definitely coming in. They're definitely coming in to play this year. Hopefully that Brooklyn can definitely get them back to where they were. Then followed by the Golden State Warriors at 36 and 13. Golden State, they are slowly getting their players back, but they're still number 2 team in the West. So let's see how they respond during the playoffs. Then followed by the Memphis Grizzlies, 34 and 17. Memphis Grizzlies with Ja Morant. Ja Morant is definitely doing some good things for the Memphis Grizzlies, so I have them at number 3. Followed by the Utah Jazz. Now the Jazz, they have been a good team over the years, throughout the years, but it's like they just can't get over the hump. The last time that they made it to the finals was with John Stockton and Karl Malone and John Hasek, and that was back in the 90s when Jordan was playing. So you can tell how long ago that was. That was back in the 90s. So that's the last time that they were definitely relevant to make it to the finals. So now they have no one in front of them to stop them, so I think they definitely can have the opportunity to get over them. Then the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks is making an increase back. They are the number 5 team at 28 and 21. Now the Mavericks, they say could be a roller coaster team for the owner Mark Cuban. Now I don't know if he's getting older or what, but I know he hasn't put together a team that hasn't had it in a while. Then followed by the Denver Nuggets at 27-21. The Minnesota Timberwolves, then the LA Clippers at 25 and 26, followed by the Los Angeles Lakers. Speaking of Lakers, we're here at the Mississippi Lady Lakers workout. Right now, you probably hear in the background is Dina Coleman. She was an AAU coach, professional coach. Now she's an official, and she's out here working. I think come to work out with them. So.
I'm the owner. I've been watching, and I just want to just be real. Don't sugarcoat nothing. I see 4 or 5 players that I'm gonna keep. 4 or 5.
And see, right now you hear Mr. James Hobson is the owner. That's the owner of the Mississippi Lakers. He's the owner and founder of the Mississippi Lakers. Now let's go ahead and
Your
continue.
paycheck will come from me.
Followed by the Portland Trailblazers at number 10 at 21 and 28.
You want to be a part of it?
11, the San Antonio Spurs. The New Orleans Pelicans. Oof.
And I see 4 or 5.
18 and 30.
It's up to y'all.
And they were telling that they have the rookie sensation of Zion Williams, who has not yet played a complete season yet. And so everybody's looking forward to him to come out and play. But he hasn't had a complete season yet. Now, I know it kind of bad. You kind of hear a pin dropping here right now. You know, the owner came out and spoke in reference to say he only see 4 or 5 players here at the workout. Boy, they got very quiet. So I'm not sure why everybody got quiet. So I guess now things finna ready to get turned up. So let's go back wide vision. So I guess things about to get turned up right now. So now it looks like Coach now finna divide them up in teams. The New Orleans Pelicans have been a big disappointment to me because they haven't been doing nothing what they're supposed to be doing. Because I thought they were going to do something with Zion. So hopefully they can definitely get themselves together. Then closing out the Sacramento Kings, the Oklahoma City Thunders, then closing out the Houston Rockets at the number 15 in the West. Man, boy, basketball is definitely getting a little excited right now. So definitely looking forward to now. Let's talk about the Mississippi Lady Lakers since we're talking about basketball. The Mississippi Lady Lakers, again, was founded in 2021, which is this past year, by Mr. James Hobson. James Hobson, who is from No, actually, no, excuse me. He's from Brandon, Mississippi, because he brought to my attention that he played baseball, football. Actually played against him in high school. He played for the Brandon Bulldogs back in the 90s. So, yeah, I played high school football against him. But coming on to the show right now, I got with me my guest who's coming in. He just chimed in. I'm going to go ahead and bring on a good friend of mine, the head boys basketball coach. He's back-to-back champion. I may be wrong, so I know he has won some Class 4 championships. I know he's looking forward to winning many more. So let's bring on Coach Tony Taglock. How you doing today, Coach?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you doing today? Thank you for having me.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I don't know, Coach. I barely can hear. I don't know if it's. Let me make some changes on what's going on right here. I know I'm in the gym and it's kind of loud, so I barely can hear you.
Yeah, I got some. Is that you with the background noise with the music?
Let me do something. Yeah, that's it. They got me in the gym right now, coaching.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Coach?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now, Coach?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. There you go. It was me. I had my volume turned down on my headset, so it was all
Okay.
me. My mistake, Coach.
Hey, that's no problem.
But how you doing today, Coach? I know you guys had a game yesterday. The victory was it South Pike?
We had North Pike. We had
North
South
Pike.
Pike on Tuesday night, and we had South Pike last night on the road. We were able to get both of those this week.
I know it was one of them Pike schools, Coach. I knew it was one of them.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hey, well, Coach, I want to say congratulations on the victory yesterday, and I know that you're looking to continue to try to hold that gold ball again. Coach, tell me about the team. What type of other excitement that we're looking for this year? Because I know that you got a big present. I want to say earlier this year, but I'm gonna let you share with the listener about that present that you received earlier this year.
We were able to receive Eric Payman Jr. He goes by EJ, 6'9", sophomore. Super kid, works really hard. He's been a great addition to our team. We're led by our backcourt, Tremaine Dixon, point guard, Jabari Robinson, combo guard. Two other seniors that round us out, Christian Noel and Chris Fuquay. Those guys, glue guys that keep us together. We've got a great sophomore bunch. We also have a big-time junior, Larry Lee, in the middle. Does a great job. So I really like this team a lot. We have great chemistry, good continuity with this team. And like you shared earlier, we won it my first 2 years, and the last 2 years we've gone, runner-up. And so this year there's not really a whole lot of having to motivate the guys to want to work, to do well, because obviously watching Greenwood and Lanier celebrate in that final game the last 2 years has been enough for us when we get back to work and try to get it done this year.
Well, Coach, I know the talent. I haven't really physically seen you guys play a whole game. I kind of seen bits and pieces of it. The talent that you have, it's just my opinion. I think you have the talent to definitely to hold the gold ball up at the end of the year. Now, like I said, you can speak about it, you can preach it to the players. Now it's up to the players to put it into action. How are they? I know you got a few new key pieces and some a new chemistry that you're putting together. How have the guys received working and gelling together?
Really good. I mean, that's one thing about our guys. We don't really have a lot of jealous-hearted guys. I mean, they're proud for each other. They want to see each other do well. Both of my seniors in the backcourt, both of them got selected to an all-star game. So, it's not like, we have those kind of issues. And, and even if we did, we'd work themselves out, because to be a championship team, you got to be different, and we can't be like everybody else. And so, what are we doing different than the next team? And, with 4A basketball is wide open, and North is pretty heavy this year. I mean, there's some really good teams in the South as well. So, it starts with our district. Obviously Lanier, Macomb, South Pike, those teams, they're really tough. And so, we finish up the regular season this coming week, and then we'll move into the district tournament. And anybody that follows high school basketball knows how important that district tournament is.
Yeah. Now what you said, with Lanier being in your district, they're the defending 4A champ. How have you all handled them coming in? Hey, we did the finish champ. And I know they went through a lot of personal things this past season, and they came out to had opportunity to win, to hold up the gold ball. What challenge has the Bulldogs been towards foot right?
We were able to play them the other day at home in the first game, and we actually have to go back over there this Thursday. We were able to get them at our place, and hopefully we'll be able to get them over there because we want to, go into the district tournament as number one seed. But they do a great job as a coaching staff led by, Coach Bo Clark. He's a good friend of mine. He does a great job, and they have a really good team. They brought some guys back from that team last year, and they know what it takes to win. And so, right now everybody's gunning for Lanier, for that 4A title.
Now, with that, I know the relationship that you have, especially with the coaches within the metro area, as well as when you are outside the metro area. I know you guys have a good relationship because you cross each other's paths when you go into the different All-Star games. Because I know you guys produce a lot of All-Star players, and as well as at other basketball events, so that you guys interact. How has that relationship been off the court, and then once it's on the court, you said all that personal stuff to the side?
Yeah, that's a good question. In this profession, we have to be a fraternity. I feel like there's sometimes, we're at each other's neck more than we're trying to help each other. And, we got to understand everybody's coming for us every night. If we don't make the right sub or if we don't call the right play or if we don't play this crowd enough, so I always, the resources I have, with the coaches in this profession, I use them as an asset. I try to, every coach I come in contact with, we have a great relationship, and that helps for anything when it comes to, your kids making an all-star game, or if you need film later on in the year, being able to shoot them a text and say, hey, can you help me out with this opponent, and things like that. So that's one thing that I've always valued in my 11 years of coaching is, treating, coaching as a brotherhood, because like at the end of the day, like I say, we have to be there for each other because as well as each and every night, it doesn't matter if you win by 20 or lose by 20, it's always on you. So like I say, I've been blessed to meet some of my best friends in the coaching profession.
And I know what you understand, talk about Lanier, what they went through. Were you able to talk with Coach throughout the season and continue to provide him encouraging words? I know what he was going through personally, and then you still have to continue to do your part. What type of communication were you with Coach Clark during his time out?
Well, it's funny you asked that too, because me and him, we kind of talked that matchup up, ever since he got to Lanier. We always say, wouldn't it be cool if we could compete in a state championship against each other one day? And one thing I've always said, if we can't win it, I hope they win it. Because like I say, me and him are good friends, and I always root for those guys. And when we came down with his illness last year, I was hoping he would be back by the time we made that run. And but I know his guys were thrilled to be able to win that championship, and I know that gave them a boost too. Being able to have something else to play for more than just a gold ball, because I know those guys, they respect Coach Clark, and which they should. Like I say, he's a great guy. And then Coach Ralph Anderson, he did a great job, filling in. I don't know if he gets enough credit. He did a great job holding it down. While Coach Clark was out, and Coach Cox as well. So like I say, I know their whole staff, and they do a great job. But me and Coach, I would say we talk weekly, but me and him, we talk almost daily. Like I say, when it comes to scouting reports, or a lot of people may think that's kind of crazy because we are two of the favorites, to get to Jackson every year, but. We always feel like at the end of the day, we're going to scheme, we're going to do what we're supposed to do, but the players, they're going to make the plays at the end of the day, and that's not going to affect our friendship in the long run.
Again, this is more on the road with the Line for the Third, presented to you by More Sports Management. I'm talking with Coach Tony Taglock, head boys basketball coach at Raymond High School, Raymond, Mississippi. Coach, I know I said, look, you hear a lot of noise going on in the background. I'm at this workout for the Mississippi Lady Lakers. Hey, you heard anything about them?
I understand. I understand you're busy, man. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, so they're here to work out. They're having their first tryout to go ahead and get the team formed. They're part of the Women's Basketball Development Association. Now, Coach, I know that y'all received a promising gift earlier this year. The new gymnasium. How has that made an impact with the students, the student athletes, the community, the county? What type of impact has that made, as well as even the district that you're playing in?
It's been remarkable. We were able to move in December, I think it was December 10th, we played Terry. And that night, I think we had 1,300 people at the game, which is unreal for a high school game in Mississippi, especially on a high school campus. And so, man, it's been great. Our guys, they cherish it, they value it. They understand that this is one of the premier venues in the state. And from a community standpoint, our attendance has increased, year after year, and especially this year, just because everybody wants to come out and see the new facility. And not only do we have a new gymnasium, we have a new auditorium that is connected to it as well. And this state of the art, and it's absolutely beautiful as well. So we'll be able to host, different shows and plays and different things like that from within our community and from without, because we'll be able to, rent it out to different people. But the basketball facility is remarkable, and I encourage anybody that hadn't seen it yet, come on out and check it out, and get a chance to see it. I mean, it's unreal. We have a administrative suite. We have our own. Our locker room is humongous. We have a team room. We have a film room, a locker room, coaches' offices, players' lounge. It's really, really nice. So they did a great job when they built it, and we're very fortunate to have it.
And so, with that being said, so seeing that the school board, they're really invested in our student athletes of Hinds County itself. Now, with that, do you think that would help change the morale of the students? Don't you continue to say, hey, we can have nice things, so that would definitely change the morale of the students to excelling in class, excelling in the community, being involved in the community. So do you think that they had a difference on the students' morale this year?
Oh, yes, without a doubt. I mean, I think anytime you get something new, it's also an educational tool as well, because it teaches the guys. I mean, even though in our other facility, I mean, we taught how to stay clean and keep things nice and orderly. When you have something like this, it definitely teaches you, this, your handprint is on this now. So we need to show people we appreciate how much put the time and money into this, keeping it clean, keeping it nice, picking up after yourself and things like that. And obviously, when you get a new building and things like that, it just shows the commitment, from the Hinds County School District, back to Raymond High School. It shows how much they value and appreciate what we do. So in turn, I think it's our job to put a good product on the floor, but also produce really good student athletes as well, not just good basketball players. Because long after they leave me at Raymond High School, I want them to be productive, young men in the community and be great dads and great husbands and great sons and things of that nature. So again, having this gift that we got this year is definitely more than just basketball to me.
Well, let me ask you this. How much pressure has that put on you now? I know you're a former athlete, coach that has had success. Has that put much pressure on you, saying that you definitely need to have opportunity to hold up the gold ball to christen the new gym? And how much pressure you put on the guys to say, hey, we need to hold this gold ball at the end of the year?
I've always kind of lived by to prepare yourself. There's really not a whole lot of pressure. And the reason I say that, because we challenge not only the players, but we challenge ourselves these days, for me and my coaching staff, because we want to be great as well. So each year, yes, our goal is to win a gold ball. But I know the gold ball is not the end.
Okay, there we go. I lost coach. So hopefully he can definitely come back on there. So hopefully go ahead and get coach back on. Hey, coach.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Okay, that's the thing about this, exciting about this technology. You want to act up when you're having fun.
Hey,
But
exactly. But I heard your question, and I get what I was saying about the pressure part. It's really not a lot of pressure. One, because each day we prepare, for what we do. It's not like, okay, well, we're going to step it up now because we're getting close to the playoffs, or, since I've been here for the last 5 years, I put enough pressure and expectation on myself where the players will never know that, and so like each day when we prepare them, to beat a South Pike or North Pike or Macomb, Lanier, whoever it may be, that's on us as coaches. So as long as we do our job and put our guys in the right position, I feel like, we've done what we're supposed to do. And I also feel like this, look at Alabama this year. I don't think you look at Nick Saban as a failure just because they didn't get it done. And like I say, I think if you're in the conversation every year, I think you're doing your job because all you want is a chance to win state. Because like I say, it's never guaranteed. With COVID going on and injuries and all that, like I say, you just hope you get hot at the right time. And because like a couple years ago when we got beat by Greenwood in the championship, Greenwood I think was the 4th or 5th seed going into the district tournament. They got hot and won the district tournament and won 5 games in the playoffs and won state. And so I think there's a lot that goes into it. But I can guarantee you that there's not a coaching staff or a team that wants it more than us. Whether that translates in us winning it or not, we're doing our part every day to try to ensure that we're going to bring that gold ball back home to Raymond High School.
again, this is Going the Road with Narbo, the third presented by Boardwalk Sports Management. Talking with the head boys basketball coach of Raymond Rangers, Coach Tony Taglock. Well, champion. I'm gonna put champion in because you are a champion. You won two gold balls. You're looking to go ahead and get the more as well. So I'm gonna call you champion, Coach Tony Taglock. Now, Coach, with all that, especially dealing with COVID, have you had any of the players though that you had to sit out due to COVID or some type of illness that you didn't want to, like I said, spread it on?
Well, we actually had to go to South Pike about 2 weeks ago. One of our guys got it. And so our school district policy is if you have a kid that's unvaccinated, they have to go home as well, whether they're showing symptoms or not. And so I actually had to leave six varsity players at home that night. And we had other guys step up, and I think we ended up winning by maybe, 20-something. And the biggest thing that I was impressed with is we've always kind of had the mentality of, next man up. We don't make excuses. We're going to do what we're supposed to do, whether the starters are there or this kid is here or not. We always try to prepare, our role guys just like we would prepare our starters because you never know when somebody's going to get sick, they're going to have an injury or anything like that. So I think this day and time, you definitely have to make sure your role guys and your bench players, know everything just like the starters because at any given moment, somebody could test positive and then, what are you going to do? And so we don't want to get into that freak out mode of, oh, we didn't coach this kid hard this week. We coach all of our kids the same. When it comes to that, so we, everybody's prepared for their moment when they get their opportunity to be called.
Yeah, I'm glad you made that statement, Coach, because I was about to ask if I said you're missing out the starter. How has the bench played? Because I know talking with NFL or even professional players, if you're in the NBA or if you're in the NFL, you're in the major league, or you're in the major league, the starter goes out. And then you hear some analysts will say, "Oh, he's the third person up. He's a third string. No, he's not ready for it." If you're at that level, if you made the team, the coaches believe in you, so you need to play like the coaches believe in you. So how do you continue to encourage the guys that really hasn't had a lot of playing time? I said he is 15. He's the 10th on the bench. How do you encourage that player to come out and say, "Hey, I need you to step up"?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the ways you can, judge and grade a program. It's easy to have a really good team, but could you be good 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the line? And our younger guys, that's one thing we're always taking pride in is allowing them to feel valued and be a part of the team. And even our older guys do in games where we can get up and kind of get a good lead. They'll encourage you, like, Coach, we want these younger guys in the fourth quarter, and that's kind of the culture that we've built. Just so when we do get up, it's not like the kid wants to say, "Oh, I need my 25 or 30 tonight." They're more concerned with getting their younger brother in the game, so they can get some playing time. Because like I always tell them, the main 7 to 8, 9, 10 guys, they're going to be in the big games, but who really values you if you go for 40 points against a lesser team? Nobody's really going to give you any credit for doing that because they're going to say, well, you did that against a team that's not very good. So we've been fortunate to get up in games and we're able to get these younger guys some time. And so when we did go to South Pike that night, I was never worried about, are these guys ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I knew they may be in a different role tonight, but the playing time that they've gotten up until then, it definitely prepared them, for when they got on the court that night. And obviously we came out with the victory, and those guys played really well.
Well, Coach, I know that some people say that, like I said, the 13th person on the bench, he's not going to get in until if y'all up blowing to get somebody. Have you ever had an opportunity or there was a part where you needed that 13th guy on the bench that he probably doesn't play a lot until you get up in the game? Have you had a situation where you had to go deep into the bench to get the guys some playing time because of either foul trouble or they got hurt, things along that line?
Right. Well, the best story I can give you since I've been at Raymond, this is my second year. We were playing Florence in the state championship game, and I had 3 starters foul out that night. And Florence, we were up maybe 20-something, and they had cut the lead all the way to, I think it was 5. And I had 3 starters on the bench. And those younger guys, from the playing time they got all throughout the year, we would get up. And I used to tell the older guys, I said, you never know when we're going to need these guys. You never know when we're going to need them. So that night when I had 3 starters foul out, those younger guys, and 2 of them were freshmen that year, they stepped up big time. And I think we ended up pushing the lead out to 12-13 and ended up, winning that night. But the biggest thing is, imagine if y'all would have been selfish all year saying, Coach, keep me in because I want to go for 30. I want to go for 40 tonight against somebody. Getting those younger guys, that time throughout the season, obviously it helped us win the state championship because without that, I'm not going to lie to you, I probably would have been a nervous wreck if they'd have been in the game, without getting experience throughout the season. So obviously them, and the biggest thing I was impressed with was doing it on that stage, being in the state championship atmosphere, the big house, and then being able to step up and make plays, when they had no idea that the number was going to get called that much.
Now with that, I'm glad you made the statement about selfish. Have you had coach any other players for Raymond that was selfish?
All right, I'm gonna explain selfish in a sense. You have guys that go play AAU basketball all summer, and I'm not knocking AAU because I love AAU. I'm so glad we have guys that play it, and I love the people that our guys play for. And the biggest thing with my guys, I want to trust the AAU coach because if you don't put them in the right hands when they're away from you, they can develop selfish tendencies. When it comes to, Coach, how much did I score? What are my stats? Our rule is on stats. If you ever come to me about stats, it better be about rebounds, steals, deflection, assists. Don't come to me about how many points you scored because I can care less about that. Last night, I think we scored 65 points, and I don't know if anybody in my starting 5 had over 10. And like I say, on any other night, we may have had a 20 or 25 point guy, but like I say, last night in the game that was well under control. Everybody had a great attitude. Everybody was unselfish. They wanted to see the brothers get in, all that. But like I said, this day and time, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, that's one of the things you have to coach every day because we're taught how to be selfish. If I can get on Twitter and prove that I had 45 points, or if I can get on Twitter and show that I had, 33 tonight, but my whole thing is I'm good with that, but I also get on there and prove when you had 18 or when you had 12 or when you shot 3 for 20 from the field. So we're not going to put that. We're only going to put the good. So society teaches us, how to be selfish. So as coaches, we have to coach that aspect every day of how to get kids to be unselfish and buy into the team goal. Because I've had guys lead us in the state championship game and scoring, and we've gotten beat. The year that we beat Florence, Jalen Forbes was the leading scorer that night, but he was on the losing team. And so, and that's not a knock on him either. I'm just saying from the standpoint, you don't always have to be the leading scorer to get what you want to get. And so, just and like I always tell our guys too, knowing college coaches and knowing what they look for. If you can play, you can play. But sometimes, high school coaches, they hurt their players by letting them shoot the ball so many times. Because on the college level, a college coach ain't gonna allow you to shoot it 25 times a game. So like I say, just educating the kid and the parent on what it takes to make it to the next level, and then educating them on what it takes to win the state championship, which is our ultimate goal.
Yes, sir. Again, this
And I
is
think that's our job as coaches.
This is Born to Roll with Bernard Moore III, presented by Marlboro Sports Management. We're talking with Coach Tony, champion coach Tony Tatlock, the Raymond Rangers head basketball coach of the board. Coach, now, what can you tell a coach, a young coach, a young up and coming coach about how to work with a selfish player? Because I know you in your coaching career, you've seen some. Not saying that you coach a lot of them, but you've seen some, and you kind of wonder like, coach need to handle him a little different. What word of advice could you tell a young and up and coming coach about how to work with a selfish player?
I would say, obviously, you got to have standards that you live by every day. You got to have principles that you go by. I don't believe you coach every kid the same. I believe you coach kids fair, and I believe you push kids hard every day. But every kid doesn't have the same, talent. Every kid doesn't have the same understanding of basketball. Some kids, have played their whole life. Some of them, as soon as they get on your team, it's the first time they played. So obviously, being able to coach personalities this day and time is going to allow you to be successful for the long haul. But I will say this: the most talented teams that I've ever coached and the best teams I've ever coached are the ones where I can coach my best players the hardest. If I can't coach my best players the hardest, we're not going to win. And when I mean win in the East. We may win 20 games or 25 games because we're talented, but when it comes time to let's go get a gold ball and let's finish it off right, we're not going to be able to get it done if we don't. And if you're not able to coach, I would challenge a young coach, to and also this, run your program. Don't be afraid to make those tough calls because they're going to be there to be made, and everybody's watching to see what you're going to do every day. If your best player walks back on defense, but you never sub it. If your best player comes down and shoots 2 selfish shots, how are you going to coach him? Just because he's your best player. So again, what you live by is what you need to do every single day. And so that's what I would say to a young coach. Just be who you are every day. Be firm. Be fair. Don't coach every kid the same. But make sure if you want to have success in the long run, you got to build that relationship with your better players and let them know, I can't coach you hard, guys. I can't coach anybody in the gym. And if I can coach you hard, these other guys are going to say, if he's coaching the best 3 players hard, I know I got to call him because I'm not as good as him. And he's coaching them hard and they're taking it. So building relationships also, like I touched on it a minute ago, but building relationships is huge. That's one thing about us at Raymond since I've been here. And I know you've heard me say it a couple of times about being brothers and being family and stuff like that. That's what we live by. And like I was telling, my family's not perfect either. We don't have perfect practices or perfect games. But I know if we strive to have those, we're going to be much better in the long run because at least we are striving to be our best every day.
Yeah, and I know, again, we're talking with Coach Tony Tatlock, boys head basketball coach for the Raymond Rangers. I know he's looking to go hold that gold ball up so they can put it in the trophy case that he got at the new gymnasium down there for Raymond. Coach, now with that, though, did you all, I know you like to see nice things. Was that as a team or a community or as administration said, hey, we want to get a new gymnasium? And then the design of it, did you have some input in it, or was it all, I said, mainly on the board or the architect or whomever designed it? Did you have any input in it?
We did. We had some input. The biggest thing was it was a bond issue that was passed, I think, 3 to 4 years ago. And one of the biggest things that they wanted to give, us was a new gymnasium. And like I say, the success that we've had, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the school board, superintendent on down, and administration. Because one thing I will say, since I've been here, I've never been told no from when we need basketballs, when we need nets, scorebooks, we need anything. And so that's one thing a lot of people take for granted that I never will, is that, the support has been, unreal. And then you move into the community side, the community has been great. I can't tell you just following on social media, to coming to games, just showing up when you need them. Like I said, it's been great. And so one thing about, Ranger Nation, we do a good job of supporting each other. And, there's no place I'd rather be in the state.
Right. And I'm glad I wanted to talk to you about with social media. How, do you have an issue with that with your players in reference to social media? No, are they involved in? Are they posting negative things, or the things that you see that they are a part of? They're posting positive things.
Well,
Are
that's
you having any issues with that with social media wise, especially with the players?
yeah, that's one thing we talk about weekly is just, protecting the brand. And our brand obviously is Ranger Nation. And I tell them all the time, if I go out this weekend and I go get arrested, for whatever, I mean, I make our community look bad. I don't just make Tony Tadlock look bad. I make this team look bad. I'm a bad face for the community, and I never want to shed a negative light here. And so I tell them the same thing. The same people that pay, money to come watch me play tonight, you would let them down if you went out and made a mistake like that or did anything, So I tell them all the time, you got to protect us, whether it's in the community, wherever you're at, and especially on social media, because that is your brand, that is your name attached to that Instagram, that is your name attached to that Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat, whatever you're sending, whatever platform you're on. TikTok. So you have to be putting the right things on there because if not, they're going to associate you with everything that's out here, everything in our community, from the school, coaches, family, everything on down. So, are our kids perfect? No, nobody's perfect. But we do try to strive to make sure our guys know what they're posting and know the significance of what that means later on in their life.
Now I know I was talking. I'm glad I said I was talking with my son. Like I said, when we was pulling up to this tryout, and he saw a team bus. We saw a bus, and then I saw a lot of players walking in. They were all in their you probably say like their warm up suits or their travel gear or whatever. It was like, Dad, is that a high school team? I said, yeah. He said, what are you doing? This is professional. I said, well, now they probably just come to observe, be around a professional team. They said, well, why they want a uniform? They want to show unity. And I think that whenever you travel around, you're representing whomever you're representing. So definitely they'll come in unity and look like a team. Because of that, that can go a long way. I know it's an old saying: "Look good, play good, play good." Coach Brown, feel good, look good, play good. If you look good, you're gonna play good. If you feel good, you're gonna give your best. And so I said, you are a representation of, like I said, your name brand, the attire or the name that you wear on your uniform, the name that you have on the back of your uniform. That is who you are. So you are representing yourself, your family, your school, but most important, I know, like I said, not trying to show a third religion, you are a representation of Christ because we are all image of Christ as well. So yes, just what you represent wherever you go, you definitely have to represent yourself to the fullest because of, as you can see, my name brand. I wear my name brand. I wear it proud because I am who I am. I am a walking billboard of my company, my shows, or everything that I am a part of. So I say you definitely have to carry yourself the way that you want to be real represented.
Well, I definitely appreciate you saying that. And like I say, I just try to be a positive role model to these guys and let them know that long after they play for me, we're going to be, family for life. And like I say, it's more than just basketball. That's why earlier when you talked about the state championship, yeah, don't get me wrong, I want to win state every year. Like, no doubt about it. There's not a coach in the state that wants to win more than I do because I know the drive and passion I have, and I know how hard I am on myself when we don't. But I also know in 10 years, I can be showing up to these guys' weddings and childbirths and stuff like that. And that's what means more to me, that, you had a positive influence, on the young men that you have a hand on. And so, they'll always know that they got me for life as well. And so
Now,
that's the biggest thing I take from this job.
now, Coach, I'm asking you, well, since you've been in the coaching game, being coaching profession, have you ever heard a coach say, "I'm just tired of winning"?
Yes, I've heard of it.
And so, and that's the point where you say you just get tired of winning. No, it's not saying that it's easy, that the competition is not at my level. Sometimes you just feel, like I said, you can't get tired of winning. And some coaches, they get burnt out because they do put their all into it.
Well, I can tell you this: the burnout is real, because you get to that point to where you're like, what more can you do? You know what I'm saying? I think every year, last night we had number 20, so for 5 years we've had 20 wins, and if we can, keep this thing going, and I think we have 9 games left in the season. Hopefully we can play these last 9. That means we make it to the state championship, but It's tough. Like I say, being on a lot of people don't appreciate the fact of being on top every year. Being in the conversation, being right there in the state championship game. Trying to get back every year. Sometimes, and I can tell you this. You wonder, about a challenge and a new challenge and things like that. But right now, I mean, my fire still burns for Raymond. I enjoy it. Like I say, just I love being here. We got a good thing going, and I'm gonna ride this thing out as long as I can. But I mean, there is such a thing as burnout, and you have to find ways to recharge and retool and things like that. And that's one thing we have weekly talks with our players about too. I mean, do you like basketball or do you love it? If you want to do this on the next level, you have to love it. And so one thing that I'll never get tired of is competing. I think that's one of my biggest, values that I bring. Never get tired of the preparation and the grind and things like that. Just because I just have a competitive spirit about me, and I don't care if we're playing horseshoes or checkers or whatever it may be. I want to win, especially if we're competing. So I don't like second place. So that's why these last 2 years I left a bad taste in my mouth, just because I know, when we get there, you want to win it because you never know when you're gonna get a chance to go back again.
Again, we're talking with Coach Tony Tyler, head boys basketball coach for the Raymond Rangers. Coach, I know you said you compete in horses and checkers and everything. Some people look at that you have a disturbed ego. Some look at it and say, well, no, he's stubborn or he's arrogant because he just likes to compete in everything.
Well, the thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say no. How do you control that? Sometimes where it will not be a negative thing, but it only always be positive. And also, how can you continue to encourage your student athlete that competition is good, but you still have the way that you need to do it.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a fine line. We talk about being arrogant, and then having confidence. Or which one are you? And that's the thing that anybody that's ever come in contact with me on a personal level, they know that I'm a competitive guy. And at the end of the day, I'll be the same guy that'll talk with you about ball, talk with you about life, whatever it may be. And the biggest thing about it is I'm never about myself. If you follow me on social media, which I know you do, 99.9% of the things I post are about my team. It's not about I've won 20 games or I did this or I did that. No, it's what we did. And so if you ever look at me from a negative standpoint, I mean, there must be some kind of grudge you got against me in general, because I'm always going to do whatever it is for the team. I'm always going to do whatever it is to make our, community and school, proud and happy. And I'm going to do whatever I can to help the guy. Like I say, it took somebody helping me to get to where I am. So I know for me to get to where I'm trying to go, somebody, so I'll be glad to help the next person. And anytime anybody calls me for a reference or help them get a job, I'm more than happy to help them. Because like I say, it takes all of us helping each other, to reach our ultimate goal. We're all trying to be successful.
I know. I was just talking with my. I was actually just talking with my son in reference to about asking for help throughout your coaching career. Was it hard for you to ask for help, or were you hesitant to ask for help, or hey, I need help. I know I need help. I know who I am as an individual, but it's still good for me to ask for help. How hard was that especially as a young and up and coming coach, being new to the game? Was it hard for you, or you just say, hey, I need help? Because I know a couple of your mentors, like I said, we kind of cross paths due to other associates that we know. How hard was it you asking for help?
It really wasn't hard for me, because like I say, working for Randy Bolden, he taught me a lot in this profession. I played for him in high school. And so he kind of showed me the ropes when I was in Meridian, when I was able to work for Ron Norman for a year in Meridian. And, me and him are still good friends to this day. And so working for those guys, they showed me, how to be humble, have humility. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay not to know, and so, as I'm not going to say a veteran coach now, but I've been in this thing 11 years now. I mean, I'm just thankful to be able to have guys I can lean on still to this day. I mean, I'm never going to get too old to ask for help. And I think when you get too old to ask for help or think you know everything, I think it's time for you to get out and find something else to do. Just because at the end of the day, we're never perfect. We're all trying to be successful, but we don't always have the right answers or know all the right answers. So, it is important to be able to ask for help when you need it.
All right, well, that's definitely no awesome, coach. I know you really cheering Coach Bolden over, though. He's right up the street from you, not too far. As well, I know he's definitely cheering for you down there at Raymond, Coach. But, Coach, I know you got to get out here because I know you still got to go ahead and prepare the team for that championship ball, Coach. I really appreciate the time, Coach. I'm definitely gonna make a trip down there this week, so now be expecting. Don't turn me away when I come down there this week. Now, so I'm letting you know ahead of time.
Yes.
Be prepared for me to come down there and take a look at the gym, Coach.
Hey, just let me know when you're coming down, and I'll get you in. I appreciate you again for having me on, man. I always enjoy talking to you.
All right, no problem, Coach. We must do this again, man. Hey, man, I wish you guys well for this upcoming game. I'm definitely gonna check out the game as well. So, Coach, hey, good luck. We'll be talking soon, Coach.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Have a good day.
All right, you do the same, Coach.
Okay. All right.
Again, that was Coach Tony Taglock. He's the head boys basketball coach down at Raymond High School, the Raymond Rangers, located at Highway 18. That will be west. I don't tell me what the physical address is because I'm not sure. I know you just take Highway 18, head west like you're going to Utica. You're going to run right into it because it's right there on Highway 18, Big Nice High School right there on the street. I know they they moved to that school, I want to say at least about 10, 15 years ago because they were around the corner on Main Street. I know at first that's what they were. That's Coach out there talking. That's Coach out there talking. Coach Arlisa Thomas out there, encouraging the young ladies out there to do have some snacks now. Again, you see, we're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church here in Jackson, Mississippi, for the Mississippi Lady Lakers. They are a part of the Women's Basketball Development Association. They're getting ready to prepare for their upcoming season. So definitely check them out, the Mississippi Lakers. You can follow them on social media. I know for sure that they're on Facebook, facebook.com/Mississippi Lakers. Definitely go ahead and check them out. Definitely check them out, see what they have going on here in Jackson, Mississippi. They will be a part of the Women's Basketball Development Association, the Mississippi Lakers. Not exactly sure where they're going to be playing their home games, so I definitely got to get with the coach, as well as Mr. Hobson, in reference to where they will be playing a home game. So we're going to talk somewhere down the line soon in reference to what they're going to be doing. Now, I know, again, you can see the coach. Let's take a look over here at the coach. This is one of the coaches that is actually vying for a head coaching job with the Mississippi Lakers. Again, I like the way that they had this set up. They are giving in-live interviews for the head coaching position for the Lakers. I really that is something. So as you can see, one of the coaches talking with the squad over, giving some pointers about what he's expecting of them, of the Lakers. So this is live hands-on of how coaching should go. Now, I know you see me moving around. We'll go directly to them. For the Mississippi Lakers, again, you see the coach giving some pointers, on-court pointers, because he's actually interviewing for this position to be a head coach for the Lakers. So you can see some live interaction what's going on with them. So I applaud the ownership and management of what they're doing. That is something how they are giving the coaches potentially to lead the Lakers, checking their skills. That's all I can tell you. You're checking their ability to how to coach and how to interact. So definitely look out for the Mississippi Lakers. Again, you can find them on social media, facebook.com/Mississippi Lakers. Definitely tune in Tuesday on ESPN 105.9 FM The Zone for ESPN Talking Sports Live with Rob J, Larry Nix, myself, and Beeve on the board. Now, I know we're going to have an exciting show because we're going to talk about the NFL playoff games. I know Robert is a Chiefs fan. Myself and Beeves are 49ers fans. And Nix is a confused fan. He likes the Saints as well as the Dallas Cowboys, and both of them were sitting at home on the couch watching the playoff, watching the 49ers they quest for their number 6 championship, Super Bowl championship, as well as Rob cheering on his Kansas City Chiefs. I know that he is probably excited about the game as well. So definitely tune in Tuesday, 105.9 FM Zone at 6 p.m. as we talk sports. So definitely tune in. So now let's take a look at some action on the court. Again, take a look at the Mississippi Lakers, Lady Lakers. They're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church here in Jackson, Mississippi. Again, you see some of the coaches on court giving some pointers about what they are looking to see, what they can do for this upcoming year as they prepare for their opening season. Actually, that's number. I see some of my former players. Not former players. Some of my former students from high school. That's good to see them out there. Give them a round of applause. All right, we're going to take a break for a second. Again, you're going to hear some music going on. I do not have copyright over the music, so don't try to come at me and talk about that. I did it. I had the music and stuff. I do not have any copyrights over the music. We're going to take a break. I know we got another guest that's possible coming on, so I'm going to take a break. Definitely, hear the sound of the action of the Mississippi Lady Lakers. Again, we at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church, and here with the Mississippi Lady Lakers that are preparing for the upcoming season. So we're going to take a break. We're going to hear some music in the background. You may hear some talking, but definitely stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We're here back at the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church here in Jackson, Mississippi. This is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is what we do. We try to do the best in what we do to have fun. So definitely take a look and see what we got going on here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church. Talking some basketball with the Mississippi Lakers. With the Mississippi Lakers here at the opening tryout. See some talent here. But I know you heard the coach earlier and Russ speaking about some talent. But hey, it's basketball, baby. With the capital B. As like Dickie V would say, it's awesome, baby, with the capital A. So definitely come check out the Mississippi Lakers. You can find them on Facebook. Facebook.com/Mississippi Lakers all together. I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine. Hopefully I can get him on the air. I definitely give a shout out to a good friend of mine. I call my back of the truck buddy. Had quite a few of them back of the truck buddy. And the thing is, it was that. Now, I know some people may look at this and say, "Hey, no, this showing something crazy." Now, I want to give a shout out to these guys. Both of them that, hey, we was back in the truck. You had to be there. You had to be at Jackson State University during the 90s and to the early 2000s to understand what we mean by back in the truck. You had to be there. But these guys were with me on back of the truck. We used to work for the. I was a football equipment manager. They were athletic trainers, and so these are my back of the truck boys. Where that we were traveling to the stadium with the equipment to go ahead and get everything set up before the team arrived. And so we just ride on the back of the truck with all the equipment, and so we can unload everything once we got to the stadium. These guys are doing some outstanding things. I know that they're using the education that they received from Jackson State, I love. So we're using our Jackson State education to start our own business, to become entrepreneurs. Me and myself in the management firm, doing a lot of things dealing with sports. Another guy, Jeffrey Parker, who has I Am Historical. Historically, he does a lot of graphic tees and T-shirt stuff. He has built the brand that I Am Historically. And actually, he's a part of some things that I'm doing as well, like the senior showcase that we're doing, that will take place here March the 25th at Farsi High School at 6 o'clock. The I Am Historically JPS Senior Showcase game that we're putting together for the senior class, graduating class of Jackson Public School. It's a fundraiser benefit game that I'm doing for the JPS Athletic, as well as another one of my friends, Rebecca Truck, but his name is Ed Lewis. He has a sports therapy clinic called Recharge or Sports Therapy. Definitely check him out. You can reach him at 601-201-9588. Recharge Sports Therapy. You can take a look at their website, Recharge Sports Therapy 1.com. Recharge Sports Therapy 1.com. His name is Eric Lewis. He can say he provided me rehab as well too, and they taught me a few things also. because when I go over there to the training room sometime and talk with them, and they showed me a few tricks and trades of how to tape ankles as well as do some sports stuff. So I learned a lot from them as well. And him and Jeffrey Partner, I really applaud you guys, and my guy Fred Robinson. They're not giving me any. They didn't cut me a check, but they need to cut me a check. Giving them credit for the things, promoting them on my show. The guy Fred Robinson, Doc Barnes, Eric Lewis, and Jeffrey Park, they definitely helped me out a whole lot, and especially what I'm doing right now. So they helped me out what I'm doing right now. So kudos to those guys. I'm definitely trying to get my guy Eric Lewis on for me. So kudos to them, what they're doing, still working in sports. We're using our Jackson State education to the best of our ability. So definitely take a look at them. Again, Jeffrey Parker with Idaho Historical. Definitely search him up on social media, as well as Eric Lewis with Recharge Sports Therapy. Check him out as well. Now, back to here again with Mississippi Lakers. Again, we're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church here in Jackson, Mississippi. As you can see, the Mississippi Lakers, they're having a workout, opening workout here to put their squad together. It's a new found by Mr. James Hobson, Brandon Nader. So actually, he was on our show Tuesday on ESPN Talking Sports Live. You can definitely check that out. ESPN Talking Sports Live, Facebook.com. Type in ESPN Talking Sports Live. Take a look at that interview. You can look at the interview, and we had a conversation off there, and we were just talking. And I said, we played high school. He played at Brandon High School. We played football against each other. We played football against each other at Brandon. I played at Forest, and he played at Brandon. And he was an outstanding baseball player as well. But I asked him, why did he get into basketball? He just said something that he just wanted to do. So, yes, he is the founder of the Mississippi Lakers, which was founded last year, 2021. And that will be a part of the Women's Basketball Development Association, the WBDA. So definitely take a look at them and see what excitement that they have. We're here at their workout. They're opening trial, looking for some players to go ahead and fill their roster. Again, this is more on the road with Bernard on the third, presented to you by more sports management. Nothing but more is our slogan. As you can probably take a look at my shirt. This is one of my shirts. Nothing but more. That was made by a friend of mine. I can't think of the name of her company that she created. I want to say the Design Studios, if I'm mistaken, but Dina Smith, forgive me if I pronounce it correctly, but I know that she designed the shirt for me. So I definitely would have to definitely give a shout out to her for what she's doing as well. She's a graduate of Jackson State, so you see how a lot of individuals who graduate from Jackson State that they're using their education, their teaching to put things together to help things go. But definitely want to give a shout out to her for what she is doing. So you may see me pause it here and there, every which way, because I'm trying to search some information out for them so I can give you correct information in reference to my good friend Dina, because I want to give her kudos for what she's doing, because she's about to do some more shirts for me. So I definitely got to keep her, as I say, keep her happy, because she's going to do something. She's about to do something else for me. Yes, Miss Dina Smith Walker. There we go. Trying to find her logo. See, a pretty nice logo. And also, hopefully, she can show me some of the software that she's using, because she's gonna teach me a few of the things reference to working on logo. So I want to definitely give a shout out to Ms. Dina Smith Walker for her assisting with the shirt, with my shirt that she created for me. Like I said, she's actually going to do some more shirts for me. So I definitely got to give her kudos. Definitely kudos to her. To show her some love and the things that she's doing. I can't think the name of the studio. I want to say it's Design something, but if I'm wrong, please forgive me. for what was stated. But first, I want to give a shout out to all of my followers and supporters that are supporting me in what I do and the things that we're doing with our more sports management. Let me go live and be personal. Again, I want to say thank you guys to all the ones that are supporting me and the ventures that I'm having, the work that I'm doing dealing with sports. So I just want to say thank you all for all your support and just continue to share the things that we're doing here in the community. So thank you guys for your support. And yes, I'm typing as I talk. So forgive me if it's quiet. But like I said, sometimes when you're doing multiple things, so I kind of do. Again, I want to say thank you for all the support that you guys are doing for my family, my friends, individuals that don't know who I am, but they just see me here on via social media, or they see me around in the community doing stuff with sports. I want to say thank you for your support. Again, I got a lot of stuff that's going on. You're going to continue to see what I have going on with the different events. But I want to say thank you for your support. Continue to support me and what I do. Just trying to better myself as well as make an improvement in the community. But from the bottom of my heart, again, I want to say thank you. So now, let's get back to some basketball. And now we've got some guys on the playing a little pickup game right now. And the coaches on one court are giving some instructions. So let's take a look back at it again. We got a young man down here working out who I got to give some coaching to. I guess that gives us some technical standpoints on telling how you got to get your elbow up when you shoot. So you may hear me say something, say get your elbow up. He's still definitely not getting his elbow up. But I want to share with you all about the events that we have hosted. I got to give promotion to what's going on with these events. So definitely pay attention to what's going on. As you can see, have events going on that's taking place here in the city of Jackson Metro area. It's benefiting a few organizations that I'm doing some work with. As you can see, the first one that is about to take place, it is called the I Am Historically JPSC Showcase. The game will be comprised of the graduating class of Jackson Public Schools. It will be a mixture from all different schools from Callaway, Forest Hill, Lanier, Jim Hill, Merle, Wingfield, and Provine. We'll mix up the senior class, the males and the females, that they will be on different teams. So you might not see everybody on the same team they play with each other. So they will be on different teams. And it will take place on March the 25th, 2022 at Forest Hill High School. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. So definitely come on, check out. Tickets are $7, and kids 10 and under will get in free. The proceeds from this game will benefit the friends of JPS Athletics so that we can help improve the facility so that we can provide our student athletes with good quality products, materials such as uniform, workout equipment. It's basically for the student athlete. But again, this game will benefit those student athletes. So that's why I'm here. I'm doing it as a fundraiser. And like I said, this is my way of giving back to JPS. I'm a graduate of Forest Hill High School, class of 1998. I had the opportunity to play football, basketball, and run track. So this is my way of giving back to JPS because they've helped me out a whole lot. So again, this is my way of giving back. Then also we're followed by the ESPN Talking Sports Live Coaching Cancer Benefit Game that will take place June the 25th, 2022 at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Sideway Road. The proceeds from this game will go to two organizations: the Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, the Domestic Violence Organization, as well as the Susan G. Colvin Breast Cancer Organization here off of Mississippi to help to do research, to provide shelter, to provide products for those victims, as well as those individuals that are gone through the state's breast cancer. And then we'll close out will be the more sports management old school boot fest. This game will be comprised of former JPS student athletes, basketball players, male and female, to come out and just, again, another fundraiser for the Friends of JPS Athletics. And again, this game will benefit JPS Athletics, again, to help them to provide resources for our student athletes as well as our coaches. And the game before the coaching cancer game, I'm inviting my coaches to come back and join and have fun, to come play and participate in the basketball games. Again, it's just a game of fun. Don't come out here and try to showboat. I know some of them are, as I say, of age. That's a game comprised of coaches, personalities. We'll have some law enforcement, some firemen, social service, and I'm gonna even get out there and play myself. So you will see me on the court as well. So again, it's just one source of entertainment, fundraiser to raise funds for those two different organizations. The Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, the Domestic Violence Organization, the Susie G. Coleman Breast Cancer Organization as well. So definitely come on out and support. You'll learn more information about via social media, as well as we see flyers and promotions going on around about the event. So definitely stay tuned, listen up, and definitely be a part of it. More information on, you can reach me at 601-260-3509. And also, if you'd like to be a sponsor or advertise on this show, definitely give me a call, hit me up via social media. I want to give a shout out to my good friend Regina Belton, Heavenly Sweets Custom Cakes and Country Kitchen down at 1911 Highway 471 in Brandon, Mississippi. Definitely go check her out. Definitely once you go down there and ask her about that Be More Cruncher barbecue chicken sandwich. But it's probably the barbecue cruncher, but I'm naming it, tagging it myself, the Be More Cruncher barbecue chicken tender sandwich. So I may go down there myself later today and get it. That sounds like lunch. All right, now we're back to the show. Definitely take a look at. Again, if you want more information about those events, definitely hit me up. Or don't hit us up via social media. You will find out more information about the event on via social media, or you will see flyers around the community. So definitely pay attention, listen up for those events. Now, let's get back to some basketball that's going on down here. Again, we're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church in Jackson, Mississippi. And I am Bernard Moore III of More and More Sports Management. You're listening to More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is our slogan. So definitely take a look at the events. Take a look at the Mississippi Lakers, a part of the Women's Basketball Development Association for their upcoming season. Again, you can see the coaches are giving talking with the players. Again, I'm really impressed with the way that the coaches, the way that they're handling this, that they allow the coaches that interview for the position of the head coach, that they're out interacting with the players that actually coaching the team to see how they interact with players, some new players, as well as how they can work with the new team. Now, just excuse me, again, I'm talking with some of my guests. Trying to go ahead and get them on. Have another up-and-coming guest that is coming on to talk about some things dealing with sports, but I'm not going to give out too much information. Definitely just waiting for him to come on so we can go ahead and talk about that. Again, you're taking a look at what's going on here at the Christian Life Center, the First Baptist Church in Jackson, Mississippi. We're on their campus at the workout for the Mississippi Lakers. Again, funded by Mr. James Hobson out of Canton, Mississippi. And again, I do not own copyrights to the music. The music that you hear is from DJ that is here playing the music. So I have no control over the music. I have no copyright. So don't think that it is me, that it is my music. It is not. I know you hear the dogs. I know that there's some cues out stomping around, jumping around to what's going on. Now I'm getting stuck by Mr. Train Wright. How you doing, Mr. Wright? Get him right. Just get them right. That's all I can say. That was Mr. Train, right? He's a workout basketball trainer. Here, he's actually working these young ladies out. As I say, he got the right thing, WRIGHT, and he's getting them right out here. I know he worked with some local players here, and I look at him to try to give that young man some pointers about how he shoots. And so that's it. Just give him some pointers. That's all it just needs. Just coaches give him the point. He makes every assault every now and then. But like you see the coach out there, give them some pointers. But that's definitely just encouragement to continue to give those individuals some pointers about what they can do to continue to better themselves. Definitely tune in Tuesday to ESPN Talking Sports Live on 105.9 FM The Zone with Rod J, Larry Dixon, myself, and Beeve on the board. We're going to talk some sports. I know we're going to be fussing at each other about this weekend's game. But, hey, it is what it is. But it's all out of love. So I'm looking forward to the 49ers continue to advance on. Now, again, I know Vegas got them winning at least by 4. I think it said 38, 34, or 20 to 24, one of them. I know it said got them winning at least by 4. Then they had the Bengals winning by 3. I want to say 17 to 14, but I don't know. It's how they got the Bengals. They got the Super Bowl saying it would be the Bengals and the Rams. I'm shaking my head about them. I'm not sure about them. But I'm looking for the 49ers to go ahead and take care of everything. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church as we're at the Mississippi Lady Lakers workout. They're having an opening tryout for their squad. They will be a part of the WBDA, which is the Women's Basketball Development Association. Definitely check them out on Facebook.com, Mississippi Lakers all together. Facebook.com / Mississippi Lakers all together. So definitely check them out. Once again, Coach Wright, he's down here giving some point tools to some young men on the basketball court right now. Say, hey, that's what Coach Wright does. He definitely gives pointer to those young men so that they can definitely better themselves in a game of basketball. So again, you listen to More on the Road, presented by More and More Sports Management. We're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church for the Mississippi Lady Lakers trial. For the Mississippi Lakers trial. Now, again, you give me pauses because I'm texting and talking with guests that are coming on, but we definitely gonna have everything together. So, again, definitely check out the Mississippi Lakers. Again, Facebook.com / Mississippi Lakers. That's all together. So, I'm really looking forward to this weekend's games. Again, I will definitely be there at home. Got the best seat in the house, watching some football. Starting off will be the Chiefs and the Raiders. The Chiefs and the Bengals. The game will tip off. The game will kick off at 2 p.m. Followed on CBS, followed by the Rams and the 49ers will kick off at 5:30 p.m. on Fox. Definitely tune in to take a look at some good football. Hands down, this playoff series has been the best. I love this playoff series. The games have been tight. They have been down to the wire. It was only a few in opening wild card weekend that you would want to say, like, why are those games are there? Now, I know you just saw the accident go on my microphone fail, but hey, it's all right. But definitely go ahead and get everything together. Yeah, the microphone fell down a little bit. We definitely get things going. The show still must continue to go on, as they say. So I'm still waiting for my next guest to come on. Hopefully, Jeff will come on. So again, we're at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church here at the Mississippi Lakers Mississippi Lady Lakers workout. Now, as you can possibly see, you probably see some of the coaches out there working out too. I see Coach Lisa Thomas out here guarding, defending the flare up. She got some assistance going on. Again, do not have copyright over the music. You may hear some music playing. I do not have ownership of that, so don't think it's my music because you listen to Tootsie Roll. That's an old school song, that Tootsie Roll. Now, if some of y'all can see, probably see me doing a Tootsie Roll up in this piece. But no, I'm just joking. This is all out of fun, man. It's all out having fun with the kids, having fun here at the gym. As you can see, little young ones out working on their skills and stuff. So again, it's all out of fun. And we're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church in Jackson, Mississippi, for the Mississippi Lakers workout. I'm still kind of waiting for my guests to come join me to talk some sports with me, talk about life. Now, again, I'm very impressed with the way that the ownership of the Lakers, how they are going through with their coaching interviews, as well as that they are having the coaches to work out here live with the players to see how they interact. And I say, hey man, that is awesome. I like that. Personally, I like that. Definitely see how they react. To really get a good feel for how they're going to handle the team. We're going to see what they can do. But then I know you can see some of the young men out there on the court, but then still getting corners. Can't make the layup or missing bad shots, easy shots. But that's what they're here for. Here to learn, to get corners so that they can better themselves and continue on their career or whatever direction they'll typically go to. So wish the young folks well, wish them well at what they're doing. Again, well, we're going to take a break right now. Go ahead and get you some little interaction, and you may see, again, you're still going to hear some music. You're still going to hear music playing on around. It is not that I do not have the copyrights of it, so you will continue to hear some music. We're going to go ahead and show about some things that we have going on. So again, stay tuned. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more On the Road with Bernard 1/3 presented to you by More and More Sports. right, welcome back to More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to by More Sports Management. We have the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church, 431 North State Street, Jackson, Mississippi. If you'd like to have an opportunity to advertise on this show, give us a call at 601-260-3509. I want to give a shout out to Regina Belton. I know that she's kind of a little disappointed because her Dallas Cowboys are sitting at the house watching the San Francisco 49ers continue to own their destination for Quest for 6, as well as any other, 432, 28 NFL teams that are still in the league. I'm sitting at home watching the games right now, watching the Chiefs and the Bengals, the Rams, and the 49ers play this tomorrow. Again, I want to give a shout out to Regina Belton. Definitely go check out. Go order the Be More Cruncher barbecue chicken tender sandwich. 1911 Highway 471 in Brandon, Mississippi. Check her out. Get the Be More Cruncher chicken tender sandwich and tell her that Be More Sports Management sent you to get it. And I will give a shout out to my guys at ESPN Talking Sports Live 105.9 FM The Zone. Rob J, Larry Nix, B on the board, as well as myself. Tune in Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on 105.9 FM The Zone, 105.9 FM The Zone. Or you can definitely look us up on via social media. I want to give a shout out to all the individuals that are here at the Mississippi Lady Lakers workout here at the Christian Life Center, 431 North State Street, Jackson, Mississippi. Definitely come on out, take a look at it. Nice to see. Get your gym membership here. Again, we're here with the Mississippi Lady Lakers of the Women's Development Basketball Association. Owner James Hobson here putting together ownership, looking for some ladies to put on the squad. I know he said earlier that he sees five so far that will be a part of his squad. And we had a conversation, and he said he's going to be looking to keep at least anywhere between 12 to 15 players. So definitely stay tuned to see what more is going on. Now, I'm going to kind of zoom in a little because I'm going to far away from their court and which way they're playing. Now you can see exactly what's going on. They're on the fourth court over there. I know you may see some of the children playing around. And they are representing the Lakers, the purple and gold. Even though I'm a Bulls fan, I'm here to support the Mississippi Lady Lakers because they are part of what we're attempting to do here in Mississippi. It's a historical moment, as they say. Professional paid league. So advertising definitely want to sponsor. Contact Mr. James Hobson. I know that you can look at them on Facebook, Mississippi, Facebook.com/Mississippi Lakers. Definitely take a look at them and see what excitement they have going on. Also, talking a couple weeks ago with the Mississippi Raiders. It's a new indoor football team here in Jackson, Mississippi. Now, we got a lot that you can tell that we have a lot of to go on here in Jackson, Mississippi. We got the success of the JSU football team, Coach Prime and his staff. I'm just not going to point and say it's all Coach Prime. The Jackson State Tigers, the success that they have, Jackson State football team, the men and women's basketball team on the Jackson State, the success that they're having down there at Belhaven, the success that they're having at Millsap College, down the street, Mississippi College in Mississippi. So it's a lot of activities going on here in the Jackson metro area, as well as you can take a look at what is going on with these two teams. You have the Mississippi Raiders that are bringing an indoor football team here in the Jackson area. So it's a lot going on here in the Jackson area. Then now you have basketball, the Mississippi Lakers. So it's a lot going on here in Jackson to help improve the community and what's going on. Now, Dennis about to join me is my guest. I'm going to let him introduce all the things that he's going on because I know I may say something, I may forget something, but I will allow him to introduce what's going on. On to my next guest that we're bringing on, Mr. Michael,
'Michael Dreyer. How you doing today, Mr. Dreyer? Hey, Bernard, how are you?
Hey, Bernard, how are you?
Good. 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 How are you?
I am well. No, it's good to finally get you on. I know we had some hiccups for the past few weeks. No, I'm glad to see you up and well and doing some exciting things that I know that you have coming on. So definitely introduce yourself and share what you're going to have going on with that you're starting out there in California.
Well, we're actually going to be centered out of Texas.
Okay.
But yeah, the American Spring Football League, ASFL. You can check us out at asfl.biz. Looking at coming into the season with 8 teams, which in 2023, thanks to COVID. These are going to be individually owned teams. Looks like at least 4 in Texas, possibly Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama, and Arkansas. Again, like I said, these are going to be teams that are owned. They're going to have owners. It's not going to be one league owning everything, one channel that owns everything. And it's springtime football, but it's a much smaller scale. It's going to grow and live within its means. We're not going over our budget. We can only pay players so much. Our pay scale is going to be somewhere in the Arena Football League range. Some slight rule changes, but it's going to be an opportunity for a lot of these guys to get out there and show what they can do. But Bernard, for me, the biggest thing is this is the only league that I see that has a plan to be around for years to come and grow and not start off deep in the hole.
I'm glad you said that, Mr. Drop. Now, I know we can go back to the early 40s with the creation of, I want to say, before the NFL started, how it was the American Football Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Then it grew, then became the NFL with the merger of a few teams that merged. And they played their season during the fall, which was traditional football season. Then you had the creation of the Canadian Football League. And then during that time, then you had the creation of the USFL. Then you had the NFL Europe. And you had the USFL, the fund. And then you had creation of other multiple different leagues.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: what is going to be different for your league coming in?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. I get that question a lot. Again, it goes back to we're going to have owners. That's the number one thing is, we're not coast to coast. We're not going to kill ourselves traveling. And again, like for me, the biggest thing is this league is going to have owners. These owners are going to have to, run their teams and do what they need to do to be successful. But we've also created things in the business plan for these owners to make it where they can make their money back as soon as possible. So it's another thing with this league is if you look at all these other leagues that have come and gone, they're very top heavy in the office. We are not. Our office is set up to facilitate activities for these owners.
Again, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. I'm talking with the ASFL, the American Spring Football League. You can definitely look at them on Twitter, Facebook, the website. They have a lot of ways of connecting if you want to definitely be a part of it. Like I said, I was just looking at some of the history. Like I said, we'll be during the spring, so we're not trying to say compete against the NFL. Now, with that, Ms. Rock, why have a lot of the different leagues said if they want to be a part of the NFL, a development league for the NFL, they want the NFL to, as you say, endorse them, back them up. But I have yet to see that the NFL said, hey, we want to be this, we endorse this league, we are part of the league. Why has the NFL has not come forward with any league, as you say, a development league yet?
Well, why would they? There's really no benefit. The NFL can take a player from any league they want. I'll tell you, Bernard, we are a standalone professional football league. Everybody's going to say, is it a minor league? Is it a developmental league? If you're not in the NFL, they're going to call everything else minor league. But the NFL has college. They have every other league to pull from. So they don't need to do this. They don't need the headache of workers' compensation and the players' unions and all the things that come with that. And realistically, Bernard, the shelf life of an NFL player or a professional football player, period, isn't that long. So how long can you really stay in a minor league system?
Yeah, and see, like I said, I know on the average, NFL player was between 3 to 5 years. And then
Yeah,
if
you're
you
lucky.
if you get accredited for 4, then you can get that pension. But sometimes you may not get accredited for a full season, so you're gonna have to extend. You're gonna try to extend that time as long as you can, so that you can get accredited for a season, so you can get the pension. And some people look at, you have the minor league, the AAA, single A, and double A. Then you have the G League, or the G League now as development league for the basketball. The NFL, I'm saying, is the only league that does not have a development league. Like I said, they can pull from any league. And I know sometimes it's a headache trying to pull individuals from the Canadian league because of the way that their contracts are structured. But like I said, they can pull from Arena, and they can pull from any other of the small minor leagues, or they can dip it down into a free agent because their free agent pool is so large.
Yeah.
They can pull players. Again, so what makes the ASFL different than that we're not going to be a development league for the NFL, but they can't pull from our league?
That's tricky. The biggest difference for us, honestly, Bernard, is the players are going to have freedom of movement. The coaches are going to have freedom of movement. Anybody in the office staff is going to have freedom of movement. We really do hope that the NFL takes as many people from our league as possible. I think we have great people involved. I mean, I can't say enough about these guys that have worked their butts off over the years to get us to this point. But the biggest thing for us, like I said, we're going to be playing in smaller stadiums, Bernard. We're looking at high school and soccer stadiums. We're not going to be in a stadium that's, as far as I can see, I call them the 5 points. Any league that has done these things has failed, much less do all of them. Your travel, number one, is too far. If you're going coast to coast, that's a big budget. Are you in stadiums that fit the crowds that you're realistically going to get? What are you paying for your players? Are you paying more than you should? Same for your coaches. Do you have team owners? Are you single entity? All those things. Any league that has done those things, that has paid too much for players, paid too much for coaches, been single entity, they don't survive. At the end of the year, I mean, look at the XFL. McMahon was down over 120 million the first time. Who knows what he was down the second time? That's a tough thing to do that as a season. Lose that kind of money and then come back to the table with potential investors and ask them to do it again. We're not going to be in that situation. Like I said, we're gonna grow slow. We're gonna grow organically. We're gonna stay true to our budget, and hopefully by year 3 to 5, we're paying much more. We're getting names that are maybe more recognizable. But we've got a lot of stuff going on here with this, Bernard, that I'm excited about. The territorial drafts, all these things. I'm looking forward to going against the XFL. I'm looking forward to going against the USFL on the USFL. I'm glad I finally found my trademark. So that's another issue there. So, there's a lot of things that could happen. I'm open to merge with the USFL on Fox, but right now our focus is stay our course, get our things in place, and kick off in 2023. And we know we're going to be considered. We're regional, and we're going to start off pretty much being a regional league. But television, everybody's going to be able to see you. So hopefully they'll like the product. The slight rule changes that we have and those kind of things. But we're going to stay true to it and just play our game.
I know you hear. I'm at a tryout at the Christian Life Center in Jackson, Mississippi, on the campus of the Family First Baptist Church. This is a starter league. This is the first time paid professional women's basketball team here in Mississippi, in the Jackson metro area. I'm at their workout, the Mississippi Lady Lakers. And so I know you hear a lot of music and basketball going on around.
Yeah.
I'm here helping them out, promote them because they're new to the Jackson area. But with this, I know it's always saying, as a business, as an entrepreneur, your first 5 years are going to be a struggle. Mm-hmm. You're going to lose some money your first 1 or 2 years. Then you say your third and fourth year, you're going to recoup it back. So with your business structure, you're saying that you're going to have where the owner's going to start making their money back years quickly compared to how some leagues they just give up the first year without really having a plan. Saying we know it's going to be hard for the first 2 years, but we're going to recoup it back on down the line quickly.
Yeah, one of the things that we've done, Bernard, is there's going to be very minimal revenue sharing when it comes to your local sponsorship dollars. So what we've done is make it where, if let's say you own the Jackson team, you're going to get a huge chunk of your own revenue dollars back to you. That's going to help a lot. And a lot of people have asked, how can you do that? Well, we're geared for the owners to succeed, not for the front office to succeed.
And so it's more, like I said, it's team oriented, it's more team revenue driven.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have, like I said, you still have to have a board or ownership, a league structure to operate.
Yeah.
But everything is centered around the team and how, like I said, you're in control of your success with your sponsorships, driven revenues locally. Because if you look at the NFL, they have their league share with the sponsorship and the television deal. But then if you look at particular team per market, you got some teams that are way successful than the other teams, but they're still surviving because they're part of the NFL, in which the NFL is the big monster, and it's really their revenue is really supporting that team in those smaller markets.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's why I say we're going to have not as much revenue sharing as the NFL, but we are going to make sure that those teams are looked after. We're going to make sure that we have those. Well, let me put it this way: there's certain things the office is going to be doing. Workers' comp for every team is going to be paid through our office. There's that account involved, so every owner that's in here. Like with the Alliance, you're not going to see us fold up in the middle of the season. And that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Bernard.
No, I was saying with the other previous league, it was more like I said, it was more of front office things, or was it the success of the teams were not being successful? Because football is, you can look at any institution, any school, secondary school, any college, whatever. Football drives the revenue. Football drives the support of the school.
Yeah.
If your football programs are not successful, not saying that it cannot be successful in the athletic program, because you can look at University of Connecticut with their women's basketball. You can look at the University of Duke with their men's basketball. Those two programs are driving the university athletic program because of the success that they're having and the community support. If we had football year round, ain't no telling what would happen with the other sports. And like I said, I have love for the other sports. I like basketball. I watch baseball. But like I said, my main thing is I love football. So you're trying to fill in that gap to help continue to keep sports going, keep things active, to have football year round.
Right. And Bernard, for us, the hardest thing is going to be, look at, you had the XFL, you've had the Alliance, you've got the USFL trying to come back again. And they've all used the same darn plan. I don't understand, the thinking of, well, we got more money, this will work. If a cup doesn't have a bottom, you're never going to fill it up. So, like I said, with our plan, we're set to stay. We're set to stick around in communities. And we're not looking for the baseball fans and the basketball. We're looking for guys like you, the football fans. And that's really, all you can do. But, like I said, with the people that we have involved in the markets that we're going after, I'm looking forward to going up against some of these other leagues and fight for those markets.
Now, with that, you can somewhat see the hunger for football, especially network-wise. Not sure exactly what network is on. You see now that they're advertising, that they're showing arena football. And sometimes they're showing Canadian, the CFL, Canadian League football. So you see the hunger and the need for in certain particular markets of football
Yeah.
is what it is. And so, not trying to knock arena football, but it's just still not that, like I said, that 11 on 11 football. Because actually, we're here in Jackson, we're getting our indoor football team, our arena football team, called the Mississippi Raiders. They're going to be a part of, I think, the AIFL, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I forget what league that they're going to be a part of. And I'm excited about it. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it because it's football year round. Then plus it's indoor football, so if it's cold outside, hey, we're inside of an arena right now to watch football. So actually, I'm really excited, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll tell you I hope that when it's all said and done, we have a couple owners in our league, like a Cosmo De La Cola, a John Fry, guys like that just they love the game, they know how to run their team, they know how to do it right, they know what it takes. So that's another aspect of this. We're going to have some guys owning these teams that wouldn't have opportunities to own teams in other leagues. So I'm hoping too that these guys step up. I'm hoping to have a lot of minorities as owners in this league. This is the opportunity to get our own thing going and make it work. But you like I said, I'll always go back to that. You got to stay within that budget. You got to grow, organically. You'll never see us expand by more than 2 teams in a season. Little things like that could really kill you. When you look at what the USFL did back in the day, expanding with 6 teams, you can't do that. So, just those little things. Just keep reminding yourself. Bernard, one of the things we do every time we have a meeting, the first thing we say is workers' comp. We want to make sure that we're always aware of workers' compensation. We want to make sure that the owners always have what they need to get their things done. And that's what our office is going to be. We're basically an extension of the owners. Because of our office, they're not going to have to hire so many people. They'll be able to depend on us to help with a lot of things.
Okay, and that's how I like the direction in which you're going. Like I said, you want to have a more ownership-driven league.
Yeah.
Instead of everything coming from the front office. Now, with that, how has as the front office, how y'all selecting a market to which say, hey, let's try here? Because I know everybody wants to be in those big major markets to definitely start off, but some markets already got 3 or 4 teams in it, and that's what I say. If you want to try to get in that market.
Yeah.
This is my opinion. Say, hey, try not. There's a hunger for football everywhere, but those small markets, like I can say, the Arkansas market, they looking for Oklahoma market, the Mississippi market, the Alabama market. They're looking for teams to try to fill forward because we don't have a professional team here or a professional NFL team, but we still hunger because of you can see the support that we have for the New Orleans Saints, the Dallas Cowboys, and the soon-to-be Super Bowl champs, San Francisco 49ers. And so we want to have something like that to fill that void because I'm looking forward to this weekend game. I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl. But once the Super Bowl's over with, okay, now where's football? Then we're going to go, like I said, it's hibernation time until training camp starts.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And to touch base on the markets, we're not going to be in Dallas. We're not going to be in Houston. We're not going to be in NFL markets. We're going to be in, like I said, Jackson, Mississippi. Oklahoma, Little Rock, Arkansas, Alabama. We're looking at possibly Austin, San Antonio, Fort Worth, Waco, El Paso. There's so many locations in Texas that fit exactly what we need. And for me, the biggest part is I want the fans and potential owners to know every one of these markets that we've hit, there's a bigger stadium nearby. So when you grow and create a ticket demand, we don't have to move. There's a stadium very close by, so communities won't lose their teams. We want these teams to be a big part of these communities.
But now let me ask you this though. Again, this is Going on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management, talking with Michael Dreyer of the American Spring Football League. Not to go into great detail financially wise, but how can someone, if they want to say, hey, I would like to on a team? What is the, let's say, the upfront cash? What do they have to go? What is the process they have to do? Do they need to, like, say, have an escrow account? Do they need to have the back end? Do they need to have, what I can say, at least a 5-year financial back and say, hey, well, we can sustain for 5 years, or what is the process, and then how you are selected or agree with owners?
Well, every owner is going to have to be vetted. We're even going to help some owners with potential crowdfunding. There's the biggest thing is, yes, there is an escrow account. Every owner that comes in is going to have an interest-bearing escrow account that the league will oversee. League won't touch that account until, if you can't build, we're going to oversee workers' comp, travel, payroll, stadium rates. If we see an owner is missing any payments there, first of all, workers' comp, as soon as you don't make that payment, the league office will use your escrow account to pay it. Once we tap into your escrow account, your team officially is going up for sale. Once that team is sold, whatever's left in your escrow account will go back to you, and that hopefully will get guys that know they can make it. You don't want somebody coming in that's going to do it on a shoestring budget. So we're going to have solid ownership. We're going to have solid ownership groups. We want to make it, like I said, with some of the crowdfunding where the communities have a part of this team. So it is, there's a lot of things that are in place that were never in place with any other leagues. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you're worried about putting an escrow account in, then you probably don't have the means to do it anyway. Now, I'll tell you one thing that we're doing, Bernard, that I'm really excited about. And we haven't posted this yet on asfl.biz, but we probably will. The first year, no one's ever done this. The first year owners, there will be no league fee.
So that just, again, that goes to show how the support of the league and saying, hey, we're trying to make this thing work because of, like I said, upfront money, and as well as some investors, especially with the way the economy is going right now.
Yeah.
The economy is trying to put everybody back to work so that we get the economy back booming. But a lot of individuals are afraid to go to work. Some of us have been sheltered inside the home due to COVID or the variants that are to be.
Yeah.
What type of, are you guys facing any issues or really have to really strive to get that taken care of? Because some investors, they have the means, but they still kind of skeptical about it because they don't want to. They don't want to lose that because of we don't know what tomorrow holds.
Sure. Excuse me. That's why we pushed it back to 2023. The people that are wanting to come in, they wanted to see some of the smoke clear. But I'll tell you one thing is, my staff is in North Carolina, Ohio, Jackson, Mississippi, Austin, Texas, Florida. We have, staff scattered everywhere. So we've been doing things the last few years on Zoom. So when COVID hit, there was no changes for us. We were able to keep rolling. And, we didn't really lose a lot of the traction other than people wanting to sit back and wait for this thing to clear. See what happened with the Alliance, see what happened with the XFL. And when it comes to networks, we're looking to talk to Amazon, YouTube, CBS, NBC. We're not going to, if the XFL's got ABC and ESPN locked up, okay, well, that's no big deal. And Fox is trying to bring back the USFL, and we'll see how that legally plays out. But I really do, Bernard. We've got the best plan. There's no question about it. And I'm willing to sit down with anybody running any other league and do a live radio show, a podcast with them, and let's compare these things side by side, and let the public decide which league is gonna go.
And what type of response have you received from potential players to join? Well, I'm gonna say this. What is there a restriction of players that y'all looking at like I said, you have to be out of high school X amount of years. You have to have a high school diploma. You have to have a college degree. Is there any type of criteria that you guys are standing firm on that you say this is type of they have
Yeah,
to meet this type of caliber, this type
I
of
might
criteria?
I might catch a little heat about this, but hey, you're 18, you go to war, right?
Yeah.
Why would I want to stop a kid at 18 to make a little bit of money on the side? We're not, these guys aren't going to become millionaires in our league. It'll give them a chance to play the game they love, get a lot of footage, and get a chance for other leagues to look at them. Other leagues that frankly, is going to pay them more. And and I hope that these guys get out there in those leagues. I would love to be watching the NFL and hear about some of our players that they have in their league.
Let's take about 15 minutes.
Now, with that, now, like I said, you just said the main thing you stated that they have to be at least 18.
Yeah.
I said no certificate or say that you have to at least graduate high school. Just have to be at least a minimum of the age 18.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, keep someone making any money. And, if they're, look, here's the thing, Bernard, you're never going to see the ASFL have these paid tryouts or these paid combines. To put your team together in our league, we're going to have a territorial draft, and then we're going to have another draft. And it's going to be the most important person to each team is going to be your director of player personnel. Because if he doesn't know what he's doing, you're not going to succeed. So, that's the guy that's going to put your players out there on the field, put your team together. It's not going to be some guys walking on and trying out. That's any league that's doing that kind of stuff. They're just creating a slush fund for themselves, and they're taking advantage of players' dreams. You're never going to see us do that.
And now with that, is there? I just say with the contract, I know I'm kind of getting my head. Is there a type of restriction that saying, hey, you sign a team of the ASFL, sign a guy, sign a player, then the NFL or the CFL say, hey, we want this player to come out. Are there any type of restrictions saying, but hey, well, we have to go through the league office first, or is it directly up to that particular owner say, hey, well, you can go ahead and be released?
No, like I said earlier, any player, any coach, anybody in your office, they're free to go. If the NFL knocks on the door and you got a chance to go, we'll help you pack your bags. We'll throw a party for you. We want to see you. We want to see you making more money. We want to see you at that next level.
Is there an age limit saying, hey, you don't reach that? I mean, an age max. Let's put it that way. Saying
no. No, honestly, I'll tell you what. If we get that Mississippi team going, I'm going to beg Marcus Dupree to come out and take a handoff.
Actually, I just saw Marcus on social media. He is actually at a workout for a arena team, indoor team here back in his hometown.
He is one of the
Mississippi Magnolias. I think that he was just posted on social media that he was at that workout.
He is just one of the nicest human beings you could ever meet.
Yeah, I know Marcus. Actually, Marcus and I do some work together, so yeah, I know Marcus.
I love him to death.
Yeah, I definitely know Marcus. And see, with individuals like that is history. See him come take one hand off and just go sit down. But he probably still got it. He probably gonna say, "Well, nah, man, my knees, my back." But I bet he probably still got it.
We're just one hand off, and we do the same with Herschel Walker. See, originally when I was bringing back the USFL, there's a lot of guys out there that have that love and that passion, and why not? Why not? Pay our respects to those guys.
Again, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. I talked with Michael Dry of the American Spring Football League. Looking to get things kicked off this year. Still getting ownership and getting everything together with the board. I really applaud you with the game plan that you guys have coming into this. Like I said, I'm not going to say that I'm the best business-oriented mind individual. But like I said, you can definitely understand something good that you see what's going on based by just looking at history.
Yeah,
Like I said,
and I'm brought up, we're always going to keep this transparent.
I know, like I said, you see history where teams come in, they're driven, they're all excited, they pump it up and really put the I say put the money behind the marketing and promotion to get the fans excited about it. And I said I'm excited about the new arena team that we're getting here in the Jackson area, the Mississippi Braves. I'm really looking forward to it, and because it brings something different. And also,
Yeah.
where I am right now with the Mississippi Lakers, I'm really excited about this also to go see what basketball, football. Not trying to knock high school as well as college sports. I'm not, but that's what I've been around most. You can say majority of my life here in the Jackson metro area. I still support high school sports. I still support my college sport, but you want to see a different brand of sports with professional. And I'm really actually looking forward to it. And hopefully, like I said, we can get an ownership group down here. Once the ASFL get together, definitely get a team here in the Jackson area. Now, with that, how has with the dysfunction of the Arena Football League, Arena One, do you have other minor arena leagues coming into play? Have you guys had the opportunity to talk with some of those owners of the arena teams and hey, put together a group of partnerships and hey, we're finna go to some outdoor football. I want y'all to be a part of it.
Not, the only arena people that I've really spoken to over the years, Bruce Burge from the Gladiators, and John Fry's brothers, just prior to when the Cybercats folded up. But like I said, they had some great owners. I always go back to Cosmo, and I thought he was just a great owner in Philadelphia. There's another guy that I would have loved to have involved, but he's really deep in the restaurant business right now. And that was Jim Burrows, another guy who really knows what it takes to get out there, promote your team, bring the fun to the fans, make it an entertaining day and an affordable day for mom and dad. And Bernard, just, I don't want to forget, one of the things that we're going to have.
Talking about on the mic. Just again, I'm at the Christian Life
Well,
Center.
Well, what I was going to tell you.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, we'll let her finish for a second.
No, I can hear you. That's it. You
Okay.
go ahead.
Well, one of the things that we're really, really proud of is that there's a thing that we're pitching to every place that we go, and every stadium is going to have at the end of the end zone what we call a kids corner. And it's somewhere mom and dad can send the kid, and he can get $1 hot dog, $1 bag of popcorn, $1 soda, $1 water. They're not going to be a foot long, and they're not going to be a grocery bag of popcorn, but they're going to be a legitimate portion, and it's affordable. So mom and dad can go to the game, pay an average ticket price of $25 to $30, have affordable food for their kid, and drive home knowing that they don't have to take out a loan to pay the rent.
That's understandable. Like I said, I understand. I like the game plan, the direction that you guys going with, especially starting off in high school, smaller stadium, instead of going to the big collegiate stadium or professional stadium. As I said, if you get to the point where is that the high school stadium probably sees 2,000-3,000. If you get more than that, that's a success. So that means
Bernard, I'm sorry, but we're looking at 10 to 15,000 seat stadiums. That's why I say some of those stadiums in Texas, they're incredible, just incredible. So we're looking at some of those high school stadiums, some soccer stadiums. But if we get 5,000 to 10,000 fans, it's a success. We've accomplished our goal. We'll grow from that. If we can keep the demand, there's a local college nearby. We can go there. But what a great problem to have, right?
Yeah, I'm saying you're correct. That's what I know. I know it's not a known issue here in the state of Mississippi in the Jackson area that everybody continue to ask Jackson State to build them a new stadium. They telling them to build a new stadium, and then some people tell them say they need to build at least a 30,000 seat stadium because they're not. Currently, they're in a 65,000 seat stadium. Some of it they're not. Some games they're not filling it up to capacity, but they're averaging anywhere between 30 to 40,000. And they've been leading in attendance for the past. Well, I know this year, home attendance average they led, and then I know while I was a student athlete there, we was in the top 5 in attendance anywhere between 32 to 33, 35 seat average. Some people saying build them a 30,000 seat stadium. Yeah, they're gonna sell that out quickly, especially with the team that they have now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna look for more. Say, hey, well, why we build this 30,000 seat stadium, and you got fans sitting over fans. And so the thing is, like I said, build it where you can design to grow. And I said, and I like the direction of what you guys are trying to stand. Say, hey, we probably start off at a 1,500 seat stadium, but we have opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I applaud it, and I think that's
The Mississippi Lakers, top prospect.
Yeah. You know, when you look back at the Alliance and the XFL's last run, you know, I thought it was funny. You hear the announcers talking about what a great crowd, and then you see the team pump the ball and there's no one in the stands. We can't have that. You know, I mean, honestly, Bernard, if we've got a team that hasn't sold out, we're going to go to every military facility, every high school, every junior high school, every grade school, and we'll give these tickets away. We'll get the fans there. We'll fill the seats up. At least we'll make something at the concession stand. But we're going to bring people there. We're going to turn them on to these games, and you know, take this ride together. This week, I'm telling you, Bernard, this is the only plan. I believe with all my heart. It's the only plan that really is built for long-term growth. You know, I always say it's kind of like opening a casino, and the first day you give $1 million jackpot, and the first day somebody hits it.
Yeah. Again,
you're deep in the hole. You know, and that's what all these other leagues have done. They've promised you things. They've blown smoke up your butt. They never built a solid foundation. And 14 years of me working on this, bringing back the USFL, doing the ASFL, and everything that I've dealt in between, all these different things that people have attempted. You know, it hasn't stopped us. We keep going, and we've gotten stronger and stronger every year. So this is the time. It's now or never for us.
Okay, well, that's understandable. Again, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore III, into about more sports management. Talking with Michael Dreyer of the American Spring Football League. Mike, no, and in reference to, again, the most important thing that investors or anybody looking at is finances. And I know that's the main thing that people would definitely want to look at is finances. And the plan that you all have in place, how have potential owners say, hey, well, I like that idea. I think this definitely will help us out. How do you think the plan that you guys have, how have they been receptive?
Oh, great. You know, the potential owners we've spoken to have been excited about it. The only issues any potential owners have had has been the COVID, you know, and what's going to happen with the crowd, what's going to happen, you know, with fans, how many can we get, you know, all the questions that go with that. But no, they're really, there's things I haven't even talked about that are in the plan. They're really excited about it. And I'm proud as can be of what we've built and how we put it together, and how we've stayed above board, how we've stayed transparent, you know, and you know, like I said, the staff that we have in place, I can't wait to become public with them. There's just such great, hardworking people, and they've all put so much sweat equity into this. I couldn't be happier.
All right. Well, with the staff wise, have you? I know you said you all said you want to start a list of between 6 and 8 teams, and then we'll have them locally, especially try to support with the travel wise because of a lot of travel restrictions and the way weather acts sometimes.
Yeah,
I know you're trying to stay local.
if you look at like how we are, we're going to come in with a minimum of 18, and I'm hoping that we can expand that for the first year. Because, like I said, when these owners start to find out how we're doing this, and word of mouth spreads among them, I think we'll have a few more people come to the table because of the opportunities for them to make money. And this, like I said, where else are people going to have the opportunity to get into professional football with a long-term plan? I mean, Bernard, when you think about it, would you rather be part of a league that's not starting deep in the red, or would you rather be part of a league that is deep in the hole already? And I'll tell you this: I love them to death. I'm a huge Steve Spurrier fan, Mike Martz, all those guys. But when these other leagues announce that they've hired these coaches, they've never hired anybody away from an NFL team. So you're not getting somebody. Like I said, you're not pulling them away from another team. It's somebody that's not. You're getting coaches that aren't working, they're unemployed, so why wouldn't they take that job? As long as their check is going to clear, they're making their money, so you can't blame them to take that job. They have to trust that the league and the owners are going to do what they need to keep those teams in place. And history is showing us these leagues that keep popping up aren't doing that. So with us, we are doing that. Like I said, our office is a huge support system for these owners. That's another reason why the first year we just said we're not going to charge any leagues. We want to be able to handpick some of these owners. We want to make sure that we have minority owners. We want to make sure that we have people in place that wouldn't have opportunity to buy an NFL team and grow and start this league and show the world what we can accomplish and how we can go forward. And 5 years from now, when you look at this league, let's see what we have. We'll still be here.
And I know, like I said, I know a lot of leagues that came out and they start naming some big name coaches that, like I said, that have been out of work for a while. No, I said, hey, I'll take some time stepping away. What is it? What would make it attractive by just hiring one big name coach, or, as you say, posting? We have 6 teams, but every team has a former Hall of Famer coach that walked away, that's been at the game, you can say at least by 10, 15, 20 years, but they finally want to come back. What do you say? Is that something they're trying to attract fans, or they're trying to attract investors?
Both. If you hire, an ex-big name coach, it gives you some instant credibility. But, Bernard, I don't know about you. I've never gone to a game to watch a coach or a manager. So, it sounds great, but look, that's another thing about our league. Because of our pay scale, you're going to see people that wouldn't get a chance because you're not going to see the same names being recycled through this league.
Again, this is a More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of First Baptist Church in Jackson, Mississippi, talking with Michael Dwyer of the American Spring Football League, just talking creation of football. Now, I don't know how this happened, Mr. Dwyer. It's like for the past 3 weeks, I've been talking with new creation. Like I said, I've talked with a couple of weeks ago with the owner that's bringing his arena team to Jackson, be the first year. And now I'm here with the Mississippi Lakers, a part of the WBDA. Now I'm talking to Mr. Dwyer about starting up a new spring football league. What's up with all the new creation right now? So you're saying it is time right now to go ahead and be creative and start things up because of the need is here.
Yeah, I think in your guys' case, because of my association with Jackie Sherrill, I know a little more about Mississippi and the Jackson area, and you guys have everything you need for these teams. And I think the NFL missed the boat by not being there, but I think Mississippi, Jackson, Hattiesburg, I think all you guys have some great fans. The potential to fill the seats is there. And I think it's an exciting place to be. That's why we want to be there.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, you have. I'm putting it to it. You have the inventory. We have, and just in the Jackson area itself, you have the Memorial Stadium. That's the largest one. You have Millsaps College. You have Belhaven. Have four high school fields, and Mississippi College right outside of Clinton. So you have the inventory. The inventory is
Yeah,
here. If you need a field, we got plenty of them, and the support is here. Like the most important thing about it is that stability here in the Jackson metro area. That's the most important thing is about stability. We
yeah,
don't want you to be had come in as I say a one hit wonder come in and then boom you gone.
yeah.
And that's because I got fussed at. Well, I didn't get fussed at. I was pitching the idea to a coach, and he said yes, he loved the idea. He said, but I don't want it to be just 1 year. My thing is I don't do
Ex-
things in 1 year. I
Yeah,
don't.
and Bernard, you just touched on what's made it tough for us. Like I said, in the 14 years I've been putting all this together, a lot of leagues have come and gone, from the United League, the Alliance, the All American League, the XFL, and the USFL will fall by the wayside too. I don't know what makes people think that using the same plan is going to make it work. Um, but if you're into losing money, yeah, do it on the biggest scale possible. And hope in 10 years you might break even. I'll tell you this, Bernard, we're not setting this up to put a team out there and then in a couple of years try to sell it at the price of an NFL team. We have no affiliation with the NFL whatsoever. These teams are going to be owned, they're going to grow, and the owners are going to be the ones responsible for that. And they're going to have the support of the league office. And we're just hoping that the play of the players will entice the fans. Now, one more thing that I'm really proud of is before we come in, we're going to have an awareness tour. So every market that we go into, we're going to come in there with some comedians, local musicians, or whatnot, the free market atmosphere, and let the community know here's who we are, here's what we're trying to do, and get them to embrace us. And the biggest part of that too is $2. $2 out of every ticket sold will go to charities. The ASFL have big children's hospitals. We want $1 going to there, and the owner of each team will pick their own charities for that money to be distributed to in their community.
And that's the thing about. I know everybody wants to. Everybody wants to be a part of something that's definitely growing, and everybody wants to be kind of skeptical about something that's starting out new. So again, so how do you guys your approach is going to come in and try to get everybody to be supportive, compassionate? I hear you, but I want to see how it's going to be before I jump on board.
Oh yeah,
What's
yeah. That's why we've done it the way that we're doing it, Bernard. Is we want to be able to go to this guy and say, hey, we want you as an owner so bad. These first year teams, if you believe in us as much as we believe in you, the league is going to not charge any fee for the first year team owners because they're the pioneers. They're the one. They're the Mount Rushmore of our league. That's number one. The fact that they have our league office to help support them. Number two, everything that we do is going to be transparent. The owners are going to vote on everything. So, these owners, like I said, their fingerprints are going to be all over this. They're the reason this league will be successful. Between our business plan and the owners that we bring in, they're the ones. That's what's going to make it work.
All right, again, this is More on the Road, Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Fantasy, talking with Michael Drow of the American Spain Football League. Mr. Drow, before we get out here, is there anything else that you definitely like to share in reference to the American Spain Football League or any other ventures that you'd like to share with the listeners?
Bernard, just that, if there's any minority owners out there that are interested in getting involved, this is the time. Reach out to us via the website, via Twitter, Facebook, however. I'm always accessible. I try to be accessible to everybody. I want people to know that, like I said, we're transparent. We're not hiding anything. You know, we are a roll up your sleeves and get to work group of people that know that's what it's going to take for this to be successful, and the same for the players. So, that's really where we are. A few slight rule changes. Please check out our website, asfl.biz, and you'll see some of that stuff on there. And don't be afraid to ask anything. Like I said, we are transparent. We're not hiding anything. We want this to succeed. We want to be part of your community, and we want to be part of your community for a long, long time.
Before I let you go, Mr. Rob, since we're talking about football, I want to get your picks for these conference championship games that we got going on tomorrow. The Chiefs and the Bengals.
Everybody's going Kansas City. I got to go Cincinnati.
I'm going to be honest with that. I went against Cincinnati, wild card. I went against Cincinnati last week, and they proved me wrong both times.
Yeah.
I want to say Chiefs, but then I want to say Cincinnati because I went against the Bengals for the previous 2 weeks, and I don't.
Yeah.
Want, and I lost both times. So I'm gonna kind of say Bengals because the Chiefs have been going up and down this past couple of weeks, and they won the previous 2 games, but they've been close.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go Bengals because they beat me the past 2 weeks. Past 2 weekends.
Yeah, well, Bernard, I have to go for the underdog there. And when it comes to the other game, I think you know who I'm rooting for.
I can't see the screen. The screen just went out. So now I'm gonna have to go against that one. I'm rooting for the 49ers. So
I know.
I'm on 49 paper, so I got to pull 49ers. So I know I got the 2 picks. So you saying it's gonna be the Bengals and the Rams in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm hoping. And I gotta say before I go, someone who's going to be involved with us, a former player, Roy Foster, is with the Dolphins and the 49ers. So I'm sure if the 49ers win, I'm going to hear about it.
Yeah, but my thing is, the only thing I can say that it's going to be an exciting weekend because I've been impressed with the past 2 since the playoffs started. It's been an exciting weekend. It's only 2 games I say that the team shouldn't have been there. That was the Patriots. I can't remember who the Patriots played wild card weekend.
Buffalo, right?
The other play against Buffalo. Yeah, I don't think the Bills, the Patriots should have been there because the Bills have walked all over them. And then the Eagles and the Buccaneers game. The Eagles, like they didn't call the play. So those 2 games, I said they shouldn't have played those games.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm sure Mr. Belichick might disagree with you, but I think it's been the most exciting postseason play I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, this year has been very exciting. Well,
yeah,
I really appreciate your time here for joining me this Saturday. Definitely here to support you guys. Anything that we can do here with you for you, definitely let us know, and we're definitely here for you. But I really appreciate your time this morning. Stay well, stay healthy, and enjoy the weekend, and go Niners.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Bernard. We love you, man. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III. Now, I know you can see the guys joining all on the screen. You got a piece of I gave him a shout out earlier, so now he's here to join us right now. Yeah, E. That's my guy, E. Lewis. Eric Lewis, Rechargeable Sports Therapy. Definitely check him out. I know he does a lot of work. He's taught me a few things as well as back in the truck. That's one of my back in the truck buddies right here. See, they taught me a whole lot while I was in the training room over there at Jackson State. So, man, I really appreciate your time joining us here at the Christian Life Center on the campus of the First Baptist Church. We're going to get out here with More on the Road. Thank you for tuning in. See y'all next Saturday. Don't know where we're going to be, but we're going to be somewhere. Thank you for joining us this day. Much love to you guys. 1 + 1 = 2.